Pre-market here so far this morning. We are back in positive territory. However, big Japan deal helping to lift the markets to the upside this morning. If you missed it, U.S.-Japan coming to an agreement as far as the trade deal goes. We'll touch on that coming up here. That's how the Nasdaq's setting up right now. Still positive, but only just was up about 0.3%. S&P was holding on to about 0.1% of a gain at this point, going back and forth on the back of that headline this morning. On the back of what happened yesterday, big down day yesterday. Lots to talk about this morning. However, on an individual basis, it's officially meme stock season once again. It seems the rotation has begun. DNUT, Krispy Kreme, catching most of the excitement after the close last night. Had a big day yesterday, but after the close last night, this thing went absolutely crazy. Back towards the highs right now. We also have GPRO, not GPRO, not as exciting so far this morning, but higher on the short percent. About to take out the highs. There's a chart right now, but I just saw 9.5%, 10% on the short side for GoPro. Krispy Kreme, obviously a lot higher than that. The main headline going to be Tesla and Google coming up after the close tonight. Whether or not that'll be any excitement whatsoever throughout the day today remains to be seen. Typically going into the report, a little bit cautious as far as trading goes. These reports themselves, very important though.
Absolutely, Brendo. And for Google, it's really going to be cloud. Can Google Cloud continue to grow? High margin product for Tesla. It's going to be really about the robo-taxi rollout, as well as the 25,000 sub 30,000 EV, as well as those regulatory tax credits. How are they going to factor into Tesla's bottom line? Because they've been using them to kind of keep profitability up. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Texas Instruments also reporting, Brendo, down markedly here to start the morning, 10%, and taking a lot of these other analog chip makers with it. MCHP, one of those, AT&T reporting as well.
Yeah, not a good forecast for Texas Instruments, putting a little bit of pressure maybe on the semiconductor group today as well. They talked a lot about demand and the uncertainty going forward as far as demand is concerned. Worth noting, 30-year back higher again this morning. 10-year on an uptick as well. It's been 3 or 4 days on a road to the downside. So maybe a little bit cautious as far as equities are concerned to start things off this morning. Green board in front of me, which is good to see after what happened yesterday. Great to have Sean back in the seat. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, bring in the green.
Oh, why, thank you.
Back. I got to tell everybody how Boston was,
somewhat green. Oh, well, Boston was green. I mean, lots of green going on over there in Boston. Went up to the Celtics, and we went by TD Garden. It was a great spot there. We had a great time. We went whale watching. I was telling you guys, saw the apparently very rare fin whale, second largest animal in existence, apparently, next to the blue whale. So that was really nice. Did that, walked around Fenway. Yeah. So proud of my daughter who played. They made it to the finals. They wound up losing, but it was the best girls hockey in the nation. And they made it that far, and she was great. And unfortunately, it was 3-on-3 in overtime, and she was on the ice when they scored against them. But it was great. They made it to the semifinals and won in a shootout. Fantastic time overall.
That kind of experience, I mean.
Had lobster rolls.
Oh, don't.
The problem is when you go to Boston, everything is like when you're getting the seafood, everything is market price. So you got to ask the guy how much it is, you know. But yeah, no, it was, you know, and then you know they had the clam chowder going on there. It was really fun.
I love chowder.
And we come back to all this construction, but it looks like it's getting closer and closer around here.
Honestly, it's really coming together.
Yeah, it's coming together.
You guys can't tell, but the floor is looking fantastic.
Yes.
Like it's all
great.
level now.
It's a dance floor now.
Like it's not as crazy sandy. They still have to do some work on it. But,
I see. Randy's got his dancing shoes on today.
Randy brought his daughter yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she rang the bell.
Good. That's nice. Fun.
Said what's up to everybody, but I haven't seen Randy this morning.
I saw him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's walking around doing some different things. But yeah, it's great. Great to be back. So it's too bad because the market's kind of flat here today, but we got big earnings after the market today. We got Tesla, we've got Google. Not that I was looking at Microsoft, I was actually looking at WEBL. What a good stock that's been. Obviously trying to break through $18 now, so we like that one. You know, we last talked about this 11 and 12. Now it's up to as high as we are there. Almost trying to break through 18. And then DNUT. Trying to stay away from some donuts, but yeah, if you're You're excited about this name, then for good reason. Yesterday we saw Open Door, of course, and we saw Kohl's going crazy. And then today, DNUT. Remember, we still got my favorite of all, BBAI. We'll wait to see if that can get on the train again up to 750. We'll wait to see if that wants to go. But nice move down, nice move up yesterday. So yeah, lots of stuff happening, man. And then of course Texas Instruments, as Brendan I think alluded to a little bit there, downside on this one, but still a nice price. I mean, the fact that you're up to above 200 at one point was great. It had a great run up to that 220. Now it's just going to fade back a little bit. I wonder if Google's going to suffer that same fate. Of course, they're on a 10-day winning streak right now. I think that's the record for Google.
Well, it ties the record.
Ties the record. Okay, so we'll see. I think it'll probably. I don't know what it'll do today. It's always hard to trade a stock, especially when it's got this excited here over the last couple of days. So we'll wait for that one. But yeah, man, we're really excited to get back into the seat here. And then we saw Ethereum going. I came back and was like, oh, Bitcoin's at the same price, but it looks like
went nuts.
Other things have been going off.
XRP, Solana. There's been so much movement. We didn't even trade Bitcoin in, I don't think, a single day. You were gone.
Really? It broke through 120.
Well, ETH got traded, and look, Circle got. I mean, like things adjacent to the crypto space were moving on, but it wasn't Bitcoin, everybody. And I think, look, Circle is going to be on watch again today. It bounced off that anchored VWAP at 190 from the all-time low. So if we get anywhere near there, going to be looking for that one again. Oh, remember now, Block's in the S&P, and it didn't sell off yet. So the sell the news event on Block getting added to the index hasn't really happened. As long as it's over 80, but it didn't really press into that resistance. So I'm going to look for a mean reversion on this thing, because I still think you can get the sell the news event there. So many strong stocks, and that pattern on NEO, if it happens again, not going to miss it this time. We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, let me see what this pattern is.
So if you pull up a 15-minute chart of NIO, every single day.
$5?
So you have break of the pre-market high, flies. Break of the pre-market high, flies. Or just the consolidation break and flies. Break of the consolidation, flies. The open again. And even when it's to the downside, breaks pre-market low, flush. Breaks pre-market low, flush. It's just one way or another. Whichever way it breaks, you take it. This is just how it goes back to the 11th, and this one works too, so you can go back as far as you want, but at least 10 days. It's just a clean break, either of the pre-market high or the pre-market low, and this stock has run. Mostly to the upside, though, for NEO.
I wanted to see what might be a beneficiary, I guess, of this Japan deal. I just went immediately to Nintendo, but they're only up 1% here. Shout out to the OTC market and our friend Jeffrey Mendel, but you can see yesterday, Nintendo's not doing too much, actually. I don't think that Switch 2 has been going over that well, but yeah, my daughter also broke her first stick. And I was right there at the corner of the boards, and she went into the boards, got up, showed me her stick, and it snapped. And yesterday, we woke up, let's just call it 8 o'clock, had a coffee with the wife, whatever, daughter woke up, boom, right to Pro Hockey Life, got a new stick, and she's back on the ice today at 11 o'clock. So, well, she wanted the Fly Light, which is $3, but we passed on that one. She got... it's a hazardous. It's one of the smoke ones. It doesn't matter. Anyways, $275 at the end of the day. But she did some volunteer stuff, so she had a $50 gift card, so she used that. So that was nice.
Ooh, we got.
Oh. So we went to Dick's Sporting Goods, by the way. Obviously, my favorite place. And anyways, my kid's walking around, my son, and we've been looking for Pokemon cards. I had no freaking idea that these guys have a huge collectible section.
At Dick's?
Yes. So we go into there. Anyways, we're in there normally anyways. We went on the duck tour around Boston. Great. I suggest anybody do that. You go into the water. You do quack, quack, all bunch of nonsense like that. The guy was great. Shout out to Bob, the guy that was doing it. He said, and in Boston, we throw everything in the water. We throw it in the water. He kept saying, anyway, shout out to you. Oh, and we went into Crumble Cookie, and some guy noticed me. He's like, oh, aren't you that guy from the trading show? I'm like, yeah, something like that. And then that, you know, it was really nice to meet that guy. So shout out to Steve in there in Stowe, S-T-O-W in Massachusetts, S-T-O-W, anybody's hanging around there. Or Westboro is where we stayed for the hockey tournament. But anyways, long story short there, we went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and they had these Pokemon new boxes that just got dropped on Friday. We've been looking for them everywhere. Got one for my son, 9 packs, some dice in there and everything. Anyways, the very first pack that he opens up, he gets like this rare card or something. He's looking for it, so now I got to get it graded and all this kind of stuff. So
you can't mess around with those, man. Like
he finally hit something that he thought was half decent. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get a picture and show it to everybody on that. But it was one of the new sets there.
Nice.
He got one. It's all white. The card is all white and everything. It was like the very first pack that he opened up. So we finally hit on a Pokemon card. So the hundreds and hundreds of dollars that we spent on these damn cards.
Eventually.
I don't know. I told him.
You do it for the fun.
Yeah, I don't even want him to sell it. He's like,
just
he thinks he
enjoy
can
it.
get like $1,000 for it or something. I'm just like, nah, whatever. We'll just put it into a little, sleeve and
It's worth
protect it.
$1,000 now. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be worth like $200 later. My wife was collecting those Beanie
That's how they
Babies as a
always
kid, and I think they went way down.
But that's all our cards from kids. Like it's
Exactly.
Like,
Now everything's so
they
mass
peaked
produced.
like when we were in our 20s probably, and they're all.
They peaked like about 5 years ago. Yeah.
Well, if you get nowadays
In our 20s.
nowadays that's to be signed. If you get autos, you're good to go.
You need
Like,
that Paul
anything's
Skeens card.
Paul Skeens would be great. This is you were
Super
just
chat, oh
mentioning.
God.
Okay, the overnight, like what's being affected by the Japan deal. Well, on the rail TV with the super chat, got your
rails.
biggest win. Bought 500 shares of Toyota yesterday at 169. Sold this morning 191, almost 11K win. So here's $11. Appreciate it and congratulations to you. But it's the autos that are moving up. Like Toyota up 12%. Yannick's like, what made you buy it? I guess, look, if you thought a deal was coming, I'm pretty sure over in the Asian markets, they didn't even. There was so much buying, they didn't even open this one up right away. They actually, because it was halt. It was
Right, I saw they all were
It
running.
was a delayed open because they were all running so far. And apparently my mic is terrible again.
Was it terrible when Obi was here, or is it just acting up when I'm here?
I don't think so. I don't think it was that bad.
All right.
We'll get that one figured out. I don't know if we have a guest coming on through, but we have lots to cover in here today, including obviously the watch list. We'll get all into that. Back to the desk.
Sharif and I were just talking about LLMs and how they hallucinate a lot. But I was reading that one way you can get around that is literally ask it what day it is today before you start getting into.
Makes sense.
So it'll go and check. And anyway, let's talk about Tesla here. Back to the downside a little bit right now. This is a 15-minute chart, so about 45 minutes worth. There's that level from after the close last night. I was reading this morning, California registrations down for the 5th. Is that right? Did I see that correctly? 5th quarter in a row?
Yeah, I think Adara was talking about that yesterday. It's not a good look there,
No.
Brendo. My parents are there right now, and they're saying they've seen every type of wrap on the Cybertruck possible. They've seen orange, they've seen pink, they've seen blue. Needless to say, we only see black over here as we're not as exciting. All right, so the deal is here, Brendo, there's so many different things we're looking at for this earnings report. We'll get to a lot of it on the rundown, but really the one thing that I want to keep my eye on, which has really kind of helped EPS maintain or stay positive for Tesla, is the regulatory credit sales, which is a key margin buffer for them. And that's coming to an end September 30th. So possibly a lot of front loading ahead of that, Brendo. Maybe some good Q2 sales or even Q3 sales ahead of the September 30th deadline, because it's coming to an end.
I was listening to an analyst from Baird this morning. They have a neutral rating, 300 and something crazy price target on it. He was essentially saying he didn't even want to talk about the automotive side of the business and only wanted to talk about robotics specifically, AI specifically, and Optimus going forward. How much of that we'll hear about in the call tonight remains to be seen. Probably not a heck of a lot outside of maybe a timeline as far as the robots are concerned, but that would be positive.
And the thing is, too, like he promised us, Elon Musk, that is, that we'd get the rollout of the robotaxi in San Francisco. And I think the words he used within a month or two. But when you check with California, he still hasn't applied for permits yet, according to them. So we'll have to see how that all works out and what kind of speed he's able to bring it to market.
Yeah, and the manufacturing side for Optimus going to be key as well, I think, if there's any kind of date related to that. Remains to be seen. 560 here, a bit of a problem, guys, for DNUT. 560, 565, struggling at the highs. Just double checking here, 28.8 or 28.08% short. Total of about 24.1 million shares for DNUT.
Yeah. So everyone, just try to remember what happened with Kohl's yesterday. I'm not saying Krispy Kreme is going to flush. Like the actual news this morning on Krispy Kreme is some partnership or on it's a partnership with Crocs on some kind of a
Yeah, it wasn't like a donut. Like
glazed donut themed
yeah.
Croc.
Dude, you know how popular Crocs are?
No, they are.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not denying they're popular, but like this is up 36% after being up 27% yesterday, and the headline is probably not going to be the type of thing that you would expect to have a material change this big for the business. This is just another one of the squeeze plays up here with a quarter of the float being short. And this ran big yesterday, maybe not as big as Kohl's did. So I'd be a little bit cautious. If it goes meme crazy before the open, be wary of that sell-off. Like yesterday, open was one of the in the afternoon yesterday, and then at the open yesterday, open move back was a great shorting opportunity. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to double check. I just shouldn't have assumed that we have locates on it. We do, but I'm going to be ready on this. If I see it run anything like what we saw on Kohl's into 930, and then it starts failing up at the top right away, it's worth taking the opportunity at that short. At the same time, as long as the momentum holds, which it is right now on Krispy Kreme, a squeeze is a squeeze, and it's actually holding really nicely, the volume weighted average price, almost too nicely. That gives you the first place to look, right at that $5.40 level as well. And ARAM in the chat, GoPro is another one. GPRO is another meme stock or squeeze stock, which is running. This one actually up 90%. So they're all running, but just be careful. We saw what happened with Kohl's, and GoPro is doing a little bit more of what Kohl's did. And if we see that, especially right into that open, I think that can be a little bit of a trouble. There's a chaser for 500,000 shares sitting at 261 right now. So someone's just bidding it up on GPRO. Just be careful if this guy goes, where they're here. Let's see if they start walking it up. If they keep on bringing this higher, like go up to 62, 63, and that could give you an indication of where this might slow down, when that gets filled, or when they stop walking it to the upside.
Yeah, I just wanted to check out here Krispy Kreme's short float, as we've talked about that already, 26%. So we'll look to find out some other names that, could potentially go on little news. Like if you get Beyond Meat going, that's 38%. That could be something right there. Up 3%, up 16% yesterday, up 3% today is Beyond Meat. I just talking about Big BBAI because I know they do have a huge short float as well. 34%, only up 1%. This could be something that gets ready to go. Watch out for this 760, 770, trying to break through right into here for Big BBAI. This is a great level. If we can get up to 770 and crack that level right there, let's go 775, 770 right there on Big Bear. I really like that play as well. I think that's something to look at. So yeah, some of these short float runners definitely back into play. We'll wait to see what's going to happen with everybody's favorite GameStop. Again, we know that they've got that Bitcoin now. We'll have to wait to see if that wants to do anything. Yesterday afternoon it tried to go. What about a break of some of those levels as well? That's Google. GME right there. So we'll have to wait to see if we can break through some of these levels right up to here, which we're at right now. So yeah, what about a 24-25 break on GameStop? That could definitely be something that winds up going. So we're really happy with all of that one as well. The Plum Man is in the building. Thank you, Randy. Sharif was liking the plums? Okay. Well, then we get the upgrade on
the hammer. Well, these
are very threatening there, Randy.
This is ridiculously soft.
They melt in your mouth.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I've melted.
I'd rather that not be happening.
I've never. Okay, first of all, that's not even something you say about a plum.
That's what he told me.
Come on.
He's up there. Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
Just telling you what he told me.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. What's
Boston.
It was in Boston. Yeah, it was nice. The clam chowder. Yeah, you don't pronounce the R's.
Did you actually have clam chowder?
Of course, man. Multiple times. Lobster roll. The problem is the kids, they say there's mac and cheese, but you got to add the lobster.
Yes.
You got to add the lobster.
Yes.
So that just makes
Good weather?
The weather was so amazing. There was one time where it was like a torrential downpour, and we were driving for like 10 minutes. So that wasn't the greatest.
On the Mass Pike?
Yeah, I think so. It was either on...
Avoid rain. You're always gonna get
it was great. The weather was
East Coast.
fantastic.
You're on the coast, you're gonna get some.
We went whale watching. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, thank God.
Really?
If you don't see them, they give you like a rain check.
Did they wave?
It's like for the next 2 years, and it's like probably won't be going back there. They came up. Yeah, I saw their fin and everything.
They waved?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Really?
We saw the second biggest whale in the world, 75 foot.
How did you know it was a
Fin
second
whale.
biggest? You measured it?
They have tour people.
They tell you. Come on.
What do you mean, Randy? What do I look like, a marine biologist or something?
You jumped in the water and got a tape measure.
What?
Maybe
Yeah,
it
I
has
was
a
swimming
sign
with
on
that
its
thing.
back. I'm number 2. I don't know.
They have people that are telling you these things, man. Because normally you see humpback whales. That's very popular.
Yeah, humpbacks are really good.
But we got this rare fin whale. Second largest animal in the world, next to blue whale.
The more you know.
Come on, Randy. Wait, I mean, didn't bore your tape measure.
You're very skeptical of this simple fact.
Why can't you hammer around? What's going on
That's
over
all I
there?
can only say. Building things.
Some things never change around here. Randy's got the nice haircut, though. I see you went to go see. I'm going today to go see my guy. Been phoning me, wondering if I was still alive or not. Yeah, I know he does. He's been phoning. Yeah, it could have been 76 feet. That's right. Sorry, Randy. I'm not sure. The lady, the marine biologist on board with us that was taking us around and talking about this said roughly 75 feet.
I would think they know what they're talking about. Oh, there's another one of these going. AMOD, 90%. Nary a red candle.
Aren't you long that stock, Neil? Smart enough.
I mean, look, first of all, what is this even called? It is called Insight Acquisition Corp. Oh, is this a SPAC? I should look this one up. We'll figure out what the news is.
Andre, can you hear his mic? Like, is it bad?
Apparently my mic is
Can we
really
just
bad.
switch it with Joe's mic then? Like, why don't we just do something like this? Oh, you're over there, Joe. What's going on, Joe? Hey, Miami Joe. Miami Joe in the all black today, actually.
All black, including the shoes. We got to get some upgrades and downgrades.
Let me see what those shoes are. Oh, he's wearing those kind of shoes? Okay, he's a cobbler. He's a cobbler. The cobbler man is in the building. All right, what's up, Joe? Let's go kill him with upgrades and downgrades.
All right, guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Yes, Sean is back in the building, and it's going to be an action-packed after the market closed with the likes of Alphabet and Google reporting, and Tesla reporting here, guys. But let's go through some upgrades and downgrades. So Reddit getting that nod, getting that upgrade to $165. Williams-Sonoma as well, too, guys. Enbridge getting the upgrade, and then D-Wave getting another upgrade here, too, guys. CN Rail on the downgrade side, and then Lockheed Martin as well, too. Roblox getting that downgrade to $130, and Unity as well on the downgrade side, guys.
I don't like stocks when they get downgraded higher than current price level. That's always a good thing there as well. But I like Reddit. I think that Reddit has a good opportunity here. You're still, I mean, look, you're well off the bottom for Reddit, but you are having that consolidation period right now. I mean, obviously, you're going to be looking at this 200 period moving average right there on a daily. That's the green line right there. The 50 period is everything sloping up, starting to ramp up. Definitely catching some, big support down here around the 120 to 130 area. It seems like now you're well above. There's the death cross right there happening at around 115 on the 50 and the 200. And since then, you did make some dip downs. Obviously, nothing's going to be as low as we were on tariff time, and it really hasn't. I mean, sure, it's. At the peak, it was up 50%. But this is another name that could go. I mean, Reddit right here, basing down here at 140, 135. We'll see if it wants to go. I just want to see quickly here. I do hear Neil now in my ear, which is a little bit much. RDTF right there. So let's just find out what the short float is. 21.5%. So there it is. There's an upgraded name that once again has another short float in it. So I think Reddit, one more time here, has a great chance to break through. That's 151 and change. That's probably a good long. We're not quite there yet. I'd say let's wait till we get to 150 before we break this level out, but the market would be nice if it started to go as well. I mean, Reddit right now up 0.5%. I think this is the one that I'm going to be looking at out of all that. Obviously, D-Wave has been pretty nice there as well, but yeah, for me, it's Reddit and forget it, and we'll work on a better pun later. But that to me would be one that I'd be looking at around a 150 to 151 marker there.
Yeah, I like that look. Hopefully the mic is better. I got a new one. Let's go. I like D-Wave. It's not often you get a company that doesn't really make anything catch an upgrade. But the quantum names, the quantum names were bad yesterday. It didn't really matter which one you took off the open. Heck, you could have taken anything off the open. I liked Rigetti short yesterday, mostly because I was trading it the day before and no other reason. But you're right back to the support that D-Wave had for 3 sessions in a row at $18. And it was flying off of this level. So if we're going to have that wipeout day and we're going to hold above prior highs, then I want to look for prior highs, prior close, 17.6. That's where resistance was. Either resistance basically didn't exist yesterday because it just dropped right away at the open. So it wasn't until the afternoon session where you put in a top. I want to look for the pullback into that prior close and see if this one can go. Obviously, it also gets the benefit of if a bunch of squeeze names are going, heck, the quantum names are pretty heavily shorted themselves, all in double digits. So if there's going to be a bit of a meme craze, you get a little bit of that. You've got the upgrade. You do have some positive chatter in the space recently that's getting it back to those highs. Still hasn't pressed and held through 20. I'd love to see it do that. But for now, yeah, just dip into prior day close works for me. And David sent a super chat. David's been all over him lately. Love Sean, we missed you. It's 5:52 a.m. in San Diego, but the lobster rolls and clam chowder sound amazing.
Right.
Open deep dive.
Right.
Well, I guess you obviously want a deep dive on Open. We can talk about Open before we go back up to the desk, for sure. But I think, look, the Open is not. Look, it did its move, and then the excitement transferred to some other names. And as you can clearly see with the host of other meme names that are going, like DNUT or GoPro in this case, it did eventually get to that 250. You could have held the morning short all the way to 250, but this is that first spot where we're anticipating you could catch a little bit of a dip. Was the 250 area. That was prior resistance multiple times here. So if it turns into support today, I like it over under at that price. Like if we break that underneath, I'm favoring the short. Otherwise, I don't short till an even dollar level. Like the top 2 days ago, $5. The top yesterday, $4. The afternoon yesterday, $3. So it's over under at 250, but at the $3 level, I'm looking for a reversion up there on Open. Try to keep it really simple. The great thing about this stock is it's been giving you entries really tight to those types of levels where you only have to risk a couple of cents and then you can let it go. That's what made it so great on, I guess that would have been Friday, and also pretty good, so great on Monday, but also pretty good yesterday.
Other things of note here, Tesla just breaking that aftermarket support to the downside, comes right back above it. There was a note from, I think it was Benchmark I just saw, that came out here. A lot of analysts with opinions on Tesla ahead of the report tonight. Benchmark reiterating buy on Tesla, $475 price target. Said it expects revenue of $22.7 billion, up 17% quarter over quarter above consensus. EPS of about 33 cents, slightly below consensus. So everyone's kind of towing the line, I think, on expectations here ahead of this report. That is trying to help the stock, though, right now.
Absolutely, Brendo. It's been an interesting look, and I just want to build on your point there. Tesla registrations in California, as you were mentioning, fell 21.1% in Q2. Separately, I don't have the article in front of me right now, but either a JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley analyst actually took the Austin robo-taxi and said they felt very safe, despite the fact that, still has a safety driver at the front. So good to see that the analysts are actually taking these and commenting about them. Well, down a 0.25% here in the pre-market, Brendo.
Lutnick is on Bloomberg right now, just be aware. Comments suggesting Trump has decided China can buy H20, which we were talking about earlier in the week, but NVIDIA not really moving on that. But just be aware, Howard Lutnick on Bloomberg currently, guys, talking about the trade deals.
Yeah, and look, what we should expect out of the trade talk is something soon with regards to Europe, because that was literally what the president said when he was talking about Japan. He's like, well, he said expect it within a day or two. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll get some clarity there. As far as Tesla goes, we know they report after the bell. We understand that the earnings call could be interesting, especially given the character that Elon is. And California sales disappointment, well, registration's a disappointment. I think we can all understand why there might be a little bit out of favor over there. That's not an old story. Sorry, it's not a new story. It's somewhat of an old one. But at least we have some stuff to work off with Tesla. If you look at the $330 area, it was 31 resistance, and then the support yesterday was kind of like 29.5, we'll call it. But just the wall that is either breaking away from upside, which it did in the afternoon, or flushing from in the open, it gives you this, and I love this look where it's over under. I don't want to be married to which direction stocks are going to go in this market anymore, because all of the best trades lately have been reversions or then breakaways later on in the session. Like if you're short biased in Tesla yesterday, like gives you all kinds of trouble. But if you're just working off the 330 level, Then you can do a lot of things. You can be scalping short here. You can be scalping long when it's bouncing and showing strength above. So that's the way I want to play it. I want this thing to pick a direction off 330, and then I want to go from there. In the afternoon, going into earnings, I'd be like, oh, shoot, is that Obi's?
No, I just hit it by accident.
Oh, yeah, because Obi finally got some.
Oh,
So
did he?
Yeah, so we
Let me guess, there's an oh boy one, or?
Anyway, actually, he said oh boy a bunch. We forgot.
Really?
We forgot to do the counter, but I'm gonna say
Oh, the counter's okay. No,
374.
I just thought that might have. I'm taking a picture of my second.
374. But no, for Tesla, we know the earnings call is gonna be big. In the last hour of the day, I probably back away from this thing unless it's obvious, completely obvious. Because going into the earnings, I don't want to be over trading it.
Oh my God.
I looked it up. It was 76 feet.
What was?
The whale.
See what I'm saying?
76, not 75.
I mean,
And he
maybe
does
the
it
one
with
that
a-
I saw was 75.
He does it with
I
a
don't know.
tape measure, like he measured it
What
himself.
exactly did he look up, though?
He looked it up.
He
and
looked
then
up that exact whale?
Could have asked ChatGPT.
This guy's a lot of going on over here. All right, Tesla. Yeah, look, man. I mean, it's, you like to trade these names when they have catalysts, right? I mean, and down 0.3% today, seems like nothing really in what we've seen Tesla do. So for me, heading into earnings today for TSLA, I mean, we've already talked about how much we like that stock when it was down in this area. I mean, this 280, 270 marker, we had a lot of dip buys. I mean, when I left here, I remember talking to Chef Joe, and it was like 290, 290. How many times are you going to be able to buy 290? And since then, now you're up another 40 bucks from that level, right? I mean, it's got to be patient, I feel like, with this stock. I actually pretty confident with today's numbers. I mean, I'm a holder of this stock. I'm not selling it ahead of earnings. I think that there's, I don't know. Again, obviously there's a lot of Tesla. Here's Raheem. Let me check in the watch out over here. Raheem, how's it going? There he is. He's making his move. No, I was going to say, there's a lot of cars on the road, and a lot of them are Teslas. And I don't know if that has anything to do, obviously, with the future sales here. But I think as we can get some of this political sort of tailwinds or headwinds, depending on which side of it you're on, through Tesla, we'll be okay. So we'll wait to see. I mean, we know that those robo-taxis have been pretty popular, so we'll wait to see where those get hit right now. But I think Tesla's there for today. You just, you're waiting for a move like that, and then hopefully you can find a bottom. So that's all, like there it is, making it. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying yesterday around this 327, 328 marker. That would have been a great spot. Drops into 321, then rips off of that. So I think you want to let it settle down and see if you can catch something there with either a capitulated bottom or not. But yeah, right now down 0.3 ahead of earnings. I think it's risky to take a move one way or the other right now. So we'll just, we'll wait on that, man. I mean, I don't know if anything's going on with this America First Party or whatever right now, but I think politics aside, you want to let it stay put for now and trade it off earnings tomorrow. I mean, I don't think we need to jump into every single stock today. So it's 9:02. I don't know if that was part of the rundown or not, but Tesla on our mind today, but
100p.
Not really so much for my trading style today.
All right, let's check out how the market is setting up here at 9 o'clock, and we'll get into everything else you need to know.
All right.
We're going to have a look at the futures.
63.43, guys. That's where we closed out yesterday on the ES September contract. We basically didn't move at all from where we had closed out the prior day, but what's notable is where we are now. We are decidedly above that 50-point area, that above 63.50. In fact, with the overnight high being 63.74 and change, Brendo. So let's try to use now that former area of resistance, 63.50. We're going to use it as support, and then we're going to look at 6,400, Brendo, as resistance.
This slow grind to the upside continuing. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you take a second, jump down to the description of this video. Grab the watch list. Top link will get you to the sign-up page. All you need is your email address, and then that comes right to your inbox every morning. We do all your homework for you and has everything you need to know that's moving around in the pre-market. The big headline, obviously, tonight going to be Tesla and Google after the close tonight. We've touched on Tesla throughout the morning here, so we'll focus on Google a little bit here. Guggenheim maintaining their buy this morning on Alphabet, raising their price target ahead of... I mean, let's be honest here. It's going to be an important earnings report for both of these. Maybe a little bit more on the Tesla side of things than Google, but it'll come down to the forecast, I think, for both.
Absolutely. Let's talk about what we're expecting, Brendo. So EPS for Google, we're expecting 218. EPS versus the 189 they printed last year on revenue of 94 billion. That would be an 11% bump year over year. Bulls here will be watching Google Cloud performance, which is forecasted to grow about 27% year over year on the quarter, making it a top performing segment. Any miss in cloud growth could actually weigh quite heavily on the post earnings stock reaction. She'll be on the lookout for that. CapEx as well, super important. 53 billion was spent in 2024, Brendo, up 63% year over year, with now projections reaching 75 billion for this year. That's a notable improvement from what they had projected earlier. Q1 2025 alone saw 17 billion in AI-related CapEx. Q2 estimates sit around the same area, so we'll be watching that. Now, how are they going to do in their business segments over here? Search business makes up 76% of their total revenue, expected only to grow, Brendo, 8% year over year, although still dominant globally. AI native search engines like your OpenAI and your Perplexity are gaining mindshare. Google is trying to counter that with their AI mode. So if you go on to Google now and you search, the top bar will have a quick AI summary, but that hurts the down page links that are not being clicked. That's where Google makes a lot of their money. Also, AI threats, despite Google search holding about 90% share, excluding China, fears do persist over monetization of AI summaries, as I just mentioned, and investors, Brendo, will be closely watching for signs of cannibalization or weaker click-through. Cannibalization sounds kind of ominous.
For the ad business, definitely. I wouldn't want anything to do with that. But to that point, if anyone's had the opportunity of trying agent mode on ChatGPT, it's mind-blowing.
It's fantastic. Eh?
You can literally sit and watch your computer do your work for you,
Amazing.
depending on the task and depending on the complexity of that. But maybe to come from Gemini. I think that's a no-brainer for Google and Gemini. Downside, ever so slightly right now, guys, for Alphabet. Thoughts?
Yeah, they'll get there. Well, of course, Gemini's going to get there. And look, at the end of the day, the only reason that I'm favoring earnings are earnings after the fact, but the only reason I'd be looking at short today on Google is for the same reason why I believe yesterday we were talking about Palantir, and I'm like, well, I think it's going to 45 or down, to 45 before 55 was the question. And it's just that Google has the same channel that Palantir does, trending to the upside. Very, very clean channel. It's gone bottom, and it's now testing the top. That's a bad wick, don't worry about it. But it's now testing the top of this channel on the daily, which suggests to me it's had 10 days. It's also had 10 days in a row to the upside, which is a record for them, which flip a coin. We'll see what happens tomorrow after earnings, but that record tied going into it. I'm expecting resistance up here at the 190. 193 would be the top of that channel. You've already backed away from it starting here. And if there's any move up, I'm just looking for a reversion at the top of that range. And it's not going to be, it's not on the list and not on the rundown, and it wasn't really, didn't make the watch list because there was really no catalyst for Palantir. But if you just look at what Palantir did recently, it also got to the top of a similar channel, found resistance right at 55, and then broke down and rolled over. So at least for today, up at that top, I'm bearish on Alphabet. But it's been so strong going into it, you got to be patient. If it starts running into that 93, you wait for that trend break, which has always been so good the last couple of days.
Yeah, look, I mean, kind of the same talk here about Google as we did about Tesla, and that was just sort of that, you're on a nice little run here. Obviously, it's a little bit different than Tesla because you're trying to break out and get right back up into its all-time highs again, up here around that $205 mark, and I think we're going to get to that. I think we probably get there after hours, right? I mean, that's what we'd be waiting for. So you're right into a nice level. Neil just talked about that right there at 193. I think it's pretty easy to go long down and around there. Generally speaking, when we're looking for longer trends, I try to find the 200 period moving average here, and this is just a 5-minute chart. Like, you can sort of see what it was doing yesterday and the day before. It's respected it and held it right there. So if you do like the long on Google, I would say that you're looking at 190. So right in and around here, if you can hold it, then you want to go. I mean, we closed on Friday, or I don't even know what day it is today, on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday then, I guess, right there at 190. And then yesterday it didn't hold. 190 wasn't that key, but maybe it does come into play at some point. That little dip dive right there was down to 190. So yeah, I'm thinking like around that 190-ish area, somewhere around there for Google to be bought up. But again, it's down 0.28%. The market really, is this really 8:05? Yeah, okay, that's right, 8:05 Chicago time. All right, so nothing happening. right now. If anything, we're trending lower. So I'm about to put the sticky note out. I don't actually have any shorts on that. If anything, might just be a short the market and wait to see if we can pick up better prices on some of the stronger names that we know we want to go long on. So Google for me is a long, but it's just a matter of being patient. I like the longs everywhere today. I think Google beats and Tesla beats, and I think it's going to be a good day overall. And the market's up, and the ES is up 0.37, right? It's the Nasdaq that's having a problem right now. So we'll wait to see if it can find its ways. 190 buy area for Google.
Surprise. Raheem is joining us. We had a slight Uber issue this morning, but he has made it. It's amazing. You live probably the closest of any of us in this.
I do.
In this
Normally
room.
I drive, but I am hosting an India delegation today, and I have to make my way there. Let's be smart and take a lift.
Next time.
So sorry,
Next
that was a lift. So sorry, Uber. That was a lift.
Oh, it was a lift. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Apologies.
it was.
Apologies.
Okay.
Uber.
Let's just call it spade.
Uber investors can take a
Rest
breath.
easy. Keep your money in.
We wanted to talk a little bit just quickly on the tariff front. Big news this morning. If anyone's just joining on the Japan front, also coming out of the EU, threats on 100 billion euros worth of goods coming from the EU to the US. Possible 30% tariffs in retaliation to the simple fact that they may not get to a deal, or if they don't get to a deal. Thoughts just on a higher time frame here on how this affects Canada and going forward with our negotiation.
Yeah, no, it's every day you wake up. Like I was chatting with you last night. Like, what are we going to talk about in the morning? I'm like, let's just wait until the morning to see what might happen. And that just keeps happening day in, day out. Okay, I picked a country. We're okay with them now. But kind of, not really. 7%. No, 9.
Wait an hour.
12. Let me check my Twitter. 14. Like, there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
And like Carney did what he did with the Google, whatever it is, the high-tech tax a couple weeks ago. Then Trump lost his lid, saying we're going to change everything. We're going to fight Canada. But if you look at the amount of goods that actually go between Canada and the U.S. and what's covered in the free trade agreement that he created, that he now wants to renegotiate, it's kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah.
When you think of all of that, if you just, at a high level, 65% of U.S. car exports go to Canada.
Yeah.
There aren't too many people riding around Spain looking for Ford Broncos. Like, it's just not a thing, right?
Right.
So, like, you got to be a little bit pragmatic. And Canada's showing its strength. Like, look at U.S. wine.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot find a bottle of California Cab on the shelves, and no one's complaining about it. They're switching to Riojas. They're doing different things. Bourbon sales are down.
Yeah.
You know,
From the mining.
that might be Sean's doing on the bourbon, but
I mean, he was just down there, so he probably brought back a few. From the mining side of the world, there's been a lot discussed about precious metals. We'll get to that in a second. But from the mining side, how do you see this playing out?
again, I think it's fantastic for Canada because you're just going to go to places that you've already been doing business with. Like if you're a producer of steel, of aluminum, of things that they're already threatening to tariff, you're already doing business with a South Korea, with an India, with people in Europe. You're going to go there and you're going to say, hey, Sharif, I got 10, I'm going to give you 20. We'll take a 4% discount versus paying a 35% tariff over there. You're going to take my deal.
Absolutely.
I would assume, right? So I think it's just forcing a lot of people to redirect and actually be smart business people for the first time they've probably ever had to work. And sorry, CEOs out there, you probably actually have to put some real brain power in, right? Like instead of going to your typical, I'll just go be lazy, cross the border, sell it into Rochester. Now there's other markets in the world.
Speaking of other markets in the world, let's touch on the clean energy, quote unquote, side of things here. Enphase downside big time after the close last night. The initial move was actually higher on the back of this earnings report. It came down to the guidance. However, we do get a bit of a bounce back above 40 here this morning. We've talked about this stock in depth over the past year or so, getting crushed, but here we go again, more downside.
Yeah, and like they have a niche, Breno. They have that inverter that's supposed to make them kind of special. It doesn't really reflect in the price action. So let's talk about what happened. Down now 38% year to date, really from pressure to build on Raheem's point from Trump's administration's efforts for tariffs, obviously, as well as to cut renewable tax credits. Here's what they reported. Adjusted EPS came in at 69 pennies. That beat the estimates of the street at 62. on revenue of $363 million, which was slightly ahead of the $359 consensus. Despite the beat, guidance, as you mentioned, and sector risks remain heavy on the stock and weighed heavily on sentiment. With respect to the guide, this is kind of really where they missed. They're forecasting revenue, Q3 revenue, that is $330 million to $370 million. That fell short of the $369 million estimate there, with the midpoint being lower. The tariffs could actually also add 3 to 5% reduce 3 to 5% from gross margins, according to the CEO. And the management cited lower U.S. demand and uncertain tax credit pathways as key overhangs.
As of July 22nd, there is a but. As of July 22nd, 26.4 million shares on the short side here, guys, for Enphase still. Roughly 28% of this one as well.
Yeah, I think that's your hope for it, right? You said it right there with the short float, that maybe you can get a little bit of a bounce and a relief rally because it goes into the meme basket and it just gets picked up and shorts start covering a bunch of stuff that's running on them. Outside of that, I can't think of a good reason why this goes long. And look, if we see that, I'll join the move. I think it needs to break through 42 for that to really happen. They even rugged it in the aftermarket where it was breaking out and then did the pull reverse. So I feel like it even trapped some people above, forget about 42, like above 43 even. So it really needs to press through that 42. It also has, unfortunately, it's got a flat bottom break here at 38.5. It doesn't seem overly likely to get there. The volume's not terribly large. Didn't end up putting that on the note because you're at $40 and it's making a bit of a bounce here. So I'm not sure it makes that break. Okay. But this would be a prime candidate if we close at least in and around like 40 or under. This will be a prime candidate for a continuation play tomorrow, and then you might potentially get that 38.50 breakdown. But because it's bouncing now and squeeze names are going, I don't know how much you want to fight this one to the south side unless I start seeing it make some lower lows. The squeeze names, yeah, even though the report's really bad, this is one that I would want to wait out at the open because I could see it making a push before it comes down.
Yeah, we don't. So we don't have to pay for short. So I was like, I thought we would have to. Yeah, we do not have to. So that was interesting there. But look at the 50-period moving average, right? I mean, ever since you get it all the way back to October 1st, right now, it's really has not broken the 50-period moving average at all. So I would, we started to get going. It's too bad that this had happened because I think some traders are probably betting on them to break through and take out this level. I mean, anything near 43 obviously is a no-brainer short, but I'm also thinking about this short right here. What about just a break of the pre-market? I mean, we can go down here. It's not like it doesn't have muscle memory down here. There's a good, bless you, there's a good opportunity for it to get that back down below this $38, $39 mark. So I would say let's watch out for that. A break of 39 short. I probably should have added it. So that's a new one, man. We're going to add a siren to this one. It is a short right here, breaking through 39 on Enphase. So you got to watch out for the spread right now. It's done 300,000 shares. It's pretty good. Spread right now, 30 cents. I don't know if you want to hit it immediately, but that could be a great trade. Breaking through $39 to the downside. Play the momentum, play price action, play the news. The news is bad for Enphase. It's down 38% year to date. As the solar names just keep on getting hit, right? I mean, you're going to go to best of breed if you want long. I would flip over to First Solar. I mean, if you think that Enphase is going to get a pop, First Solar will probably pop with it. It's actually up today. So yeah, I mean, talk about something that's trying to make a move. You have Enphase right now not able to break through the 50-period moving average. Meanwhile, First Solar is using it as support. So for me, it's a long. I like it breaking through this 180, 185 area. Watch First Solar and Enphase together today. But for me, it's ENPH breaking through that $39 mark. That would be something worth watching out for. So yes, sir, Jay Stevens, it is BBAI time. I mean, I put it on the list here, breaking through 775 for Big Bear AI. We'll see if that can have a run into it today. Sunrun, another name. Right there. So hopefully
that's an ugly one.
Saw what I did there, but all right, let's go back over to the desk right now. Yeah, I like Berkshire as well. I know some people putting that in the chat. You guys know we recently bought that right before we left. We like some Berkshire as well. So all right, let's go figure out if there's any maple donuts up there.
All right, Raheem's hanging out for the rundown here this morning. We were touching a little bit on the possible tariff effect. Maybe just in general, is there an area of the market we should be focusing on this side of the border? I mean, you were just mentioning this one, Alcoa, trying to break out through 32 right now on a daily chart. But there's a lot of these stocks that could potentially be affected here that are setting up to do something maybe soon.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think a lot of the mining plays, and again, we're looking
My
at
man.
Canada because we are in, like I'm here, and mining companies are listed here. It's the #1 place to list. So you're going to see copper, you're going to see zinc, you're going to see, I mean, rare earths already. I'm sure you guys have already talked about it to death. All the battery metals that you're going to need are in short order, and Canada is a place that either you're listed here or it is found here. And if you want to put a 35 or 40 or 20 whatever % tariff on Canadian copper, well, there's a guy just across the pond, pick a pond, Atlantic or Pacific, that'll take it.
Sure.
Right? Like they're going to need supply, and Canada is a place of safe, secure supply. Now, will that mean, like we were just chatting off camera, will that mean increased spend to get these mines into production? Optimistically, yes. Realistically, that's a TBD. But I think you're definitely going to start to see M&A coming downstream as well by the seniors who are saying, okay, I need to go do something.
Interesting.
Like one that we'll mention a little bit later, Champion just did a joint venture with Nippon. Because Nippon said we need to have steel, we got access, and Canada's a place that's got great steel.
Right. So maybe we see some contraction as far as the sector goes. DNUT, quickly here, it's meme stock season, if you were paying attention.
It is.
Raheem, as you were on your trip. Here's the latest contender, maybe even GoPro was the other one we were talking about, but we'll touch on this right now. Huge day yesterday, we're up here again this morning. I mean, there is this. I mean, it's minor at best. I mean, who cares? You want to buy Krispy Kreme inspired Crocs? I'm good.
Sorry, was it a Krispy Kreme inspired by Crocs or Crocs inspired by Krispy Kreme?
Oh, the other way around. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
I read that very quickly. So
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be wearing donut looking.
Walk around with donuts on your feet. Anyway, DNUT.
Because of that, stuff should go up, right?
I want to bring your guys' attention to the breakout over here. This happened at exactly 4:05 p.m. And why did the breakout come at that time? Because that's when the aftermarket started. We know the aftermarket doesn't have volatility halt parameters. So we're still locked in this range, Brenda. We seem to have about 475 to 480 support from the pre-market, but locked within that $6 range. So we're locked in about $1.20 of range here. Look for a breakout or a breakdown between the aftermarket as well as the pre-market high, but up 38% and holding VWAP, Brendo.
Last I checked, 28% on the short side for Krispy Kreme, guys.
We need that.
Right, cheers.
The best thing to come out of Boston?
Red Sox?
No.
I
Boston.
went to high school with the CF.
The band.
Oh, band. Oh, okay.
Catch
I
a
thought you were talking
ride?
about-
Like-
Yeah, I understand what you're getting at. Oh, it's so funny because the day that we were there, Wednesday, the first day we went there, was the day of that concert with Coldplay. So
You just saw.
yeah. So I opened up. No, we didn't see Coldplay, but it was that whole thing with the. What's it? Ambassador? No, what's the guy's?
CEO.
I forget, CEO of whatever. It was all over the place there. It was just really.
The
fun.
memes of that are fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. That guy's. Whatever.
And
We
those
don't wanna talk
memes
about
are brought to you by VinFast, everybody.
Yeah.
Big news for Vietnam's green mobility shift. You love that transition. And a major win for VinFast. That's VFS on the Nasdaq. Starting July 1st, 2026, Hanoi will ban gas-powered motorcycles in its city center.
What?
Kicking off a nationwide move toward electric transport. VinFast is in prime position to benefit. With major investments in EV tech, battery production, and charging networks, it has a strong head start. While others scramble, VinFast is ready, and this policy only sharpens its edge. Scan the QR code you see right there in front of you if you want more information on VinFast. Look, the squeeze names, we only have about 7 minutes to go here. They might move from one to another. Donut, D's Nuts, whatever you want to call it here, Krispy Kreme. It has a lot of nicknames. It is following the volume-weighted average price, but it doesn't feel like it's the most volatile one for now. If it holds VWAP, great. I don't think you have to worry about that 470 that Shreve was talking about. The other one to have on mind is GoPro. It already did the pullback. So I thought this one would do like a parabolic move up like Kohl's, and then maybe it would be the one to fade. But I want to, if any one of these runs the high and fails at 930, that's the look. And right now, it seems like GoPro is doing a little bit more volume. So I might have that one on the side chart instead of Krispy Kreme. But these are pure squeeze plays. You don't want to fight momentum. I want to play reversions on this. I was hoping it would do this kind of a reversion at the open, but clearly it's already done it. So I'll have to sit this one out until we get some more clarity at 9:30. There's plenty to watch. And if these start trending, as seen with like open 2 days ago, there were a million trades you could have taken on the way. 4 break, pull back into VWAP. If it starts going, there's lots of ways, and we'll be able to get into it for sure.
Yeah, so here it is right here. Sticky note is back, and we have donut on there, and I have 475 long if we get dipped into there, or VWAP support. So we're going to look at both of those in just a minute. I want to thank everybody for your response. Thank you. Some oopsies will like that. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, and he's back. Okay, thank you. And steady growth continues, right? We'll hit the like on all that. So go check it out at Trader TV, Sean, for the sticky note. But just to quickly look here, there 475 again was just kind of trying to find out where we might have popped off from. Like right into there was some bounce support. There was also support down here at 520. Obviously, as we come in and we write this down, the 200 period, as we wrote this down at 8:30, was at 475. Now the 200 period's at $5.20. So it's going to mature up. So I think this is your first area to dip by 520 right there on donut. I mean, I don't expect it to just keep going up, but you know, that $6 break, I think you got to play it, man. I mean, there's a lot of eyes on this. You got to play the $5, $6 break there, or the 520 support. So yeah, DNUT, 38% short float. It's on the note, that is for sure. Only 5 minutes to go. Big Bear AI is going to go as well. We have 775 ready to break long on Big Bear AI, and there they are. The imbalances are now out, so we can have a quick little look on here. Open comes with a sell, but again, 1 million shares. It's already done 30, so that's not going to be a big, huge effect at all. Big Bear AI comes out with a buy, so there it goes. We're watching out for that level. So does NVIDIA buy side as well. NVIDIA's also, we're going to talk about the semis right now. So why don't we go over to the desk, get the story with only 4 minutes left.
Yeah, let's talk TXN and some of the semiconductors here. If you missed it again, TXN with earnings. Again, the forecast, not great. Very, very cautious approach going forward. That has some of the semiconductors to the downside. Just high level tech on this side of the border seems to be faring a little bit better. There isn't as much of it as far as semiconductor related, but we talked about Shopify yesterday. I mean, there was a cautious note on Shopify, even with the trickle-down effect, even getting to some of those. Have you heard anything in that neighborhood?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Taiwan Semi is where you want to be, in NVIDIA, and all those names are great, fantastic names. But you're definitely going to see some of that trickle down, like you said, into some of the Shopifys of the world, the Lightspeeds of the world. They're going to have to do some differentiated things. There is big spending going into AI. Canada does have a dearth of tech talent. So you're going to see a lot of that stuff happen here in Canada. The U.S. is trying everything it can to pull. As we saw, just Japan's going to spend, what is it, $550 billion in the U.S. to do that. So again, it's management just right-sizing their companies and saying, okay, that's not going to work. This is going to work, right? For the Costcos of the world, are they going to continue to keep doing what they're doing? You know, all the way from Costco's all the way down to, you know, the Amazons and then to the Shopifys and to the storefronts.
Just quickly, I was just hearing in my ear here, Boeing moving around here once again this morning on that Japan note. Part of that deal is going to be a purchase of a bunch of Boeing planes. So Boeing looks good here this morning. Thoughts on TXN or
Well, just because we're strapped for time, I'm just going to go look at the guidance here, Brendo. As you mentioned it, EPS $1.36 to $1.60. That's slightly above the midpoint consensus of $1.50. Revenue 4.45 to 4.8, with the midpoint here being 4.652, which is just ahead, but not enough to excite the bulls, Brendo. And we sold off to the tune of 10%. Some sympathy plays, MCHP as well.
Yeah, a couple of minutes to go here. Raheem, thanks for hanging out, by the way.
Hey,
we'll fire your Lyft driver later, but Circle, I mean, there's nothing major on Circle this morning. $200 was a bit of a thing yesterday on the resistance side, was holding above it this morning, guys. We're back below now. I mean, take your pick. There's a bunch there.
Raheem needs to take an Uber next time. We own Uber shares. We own Uber shares around here, not Lyft. It's that simple. They're going to win. They win, baby. TXN, it was a slight miss, and everything else was good. Slight miss on the guidance, a very, very, very small miss there. But it's making a bit of a round trip, at least back into those lows. I think I had on my note, I wouldn't even touch this till it gets to like 200 to play any kind of reversion. But looking at the chip names, NVIDIA and AMD gave huge moves to the downside at the open, which were completely bought back. Oh, goodness. There you go. That were bought back up heavily. And now the over-under for me, look, we like 165 if it gets there, but that's not going to get there. You got to look at the prior highs on NVIDIA as 168, but AMD and specifically, it's so, you know, go to a 15-minute chart here. I don't want to, let's do this really fast. 157, resistance, so support, resistance, it's already back underneath on AMD. So if we can't bust 157, this breaks out. I think it's got room to 159, 160. If we lose 157 again, I don't think we go all the way to 150, but I think we're in for a bit of a rough day. AMD is going to be on my watch for sure. And then quickly on the imbalances, just because I want to be able to get through it. It's really just small cappers on the imbalances, some penny stocks. NEO's a buy of 900,000, BBAI is a buy of 300,000, and Archer about 400,000 to the buy side. So really nothing on the big cap side on the imbalances.
Yeah, okay, so with only 1 minute to go, I just want to talk about what we're looking for. If we get to any dip buys in Amazon, we're going to take that. We're going to take Big Bear AI through $7.75. We're going to take Donut through $6 if that comes through. It just did a little bit of a dip there. Like, you know, you dip it in the coffee. We're going to take NVIDIA if it comes back into 70 or into 168. I don't know if that's going to happen exactly. The Nasdaq has had a nice little move up right there as well. And then I really like WEBL, but that's kind of just dancing around. We didn't actually get a chance to look at Robinhood. WEBL was posting near 18, and that was 18 for me is the level for me on WEBL. So we'll wait to see if it can take that out as well. Now with only 15 seconds left. Who's over there? Is Raheem ringing the bell? Who's ringing the bell over there? We don't have too much time left as we get ready to go with only 8 seconds now. 7, 6, 5. It is going to be Ramin running over there.
Ramin ringing the bell.
3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to the market. And we're going to watch out for WEBL right here. 1740, 1750. Looks like it may want to go immediately off the hop as well. Up to 1780. We will watch for WEBL. There goes NVIDIA trying to take out 170. And there it goes. Trying to. Bye-bye 170. Fortunately, we did not have that marked down as our indicated long, but there it goes right there. We are in our first position of the day. Welcome back, I guess, to me. We are now in, again, Donut right here down to 550. We said we try to play VWAP. That is that low right there. Again, I think if we can break below this 515 area, then we can get out of it, and we'll just regroup. But right now, DNUT, the first position for myself, and it's 10 cents in the money.
Yeah, and we're trying to get into AM Dizzle. To the upside. Oh, looks like NEO might break the low instead of the high. Just remember the pattern on NIO, pre-market high break or pre-market low break. I don't care which one happens. I'm taking either one. It's been a huge runner either way.
Nasdaq.
I might actually have to take the short. I set up the long already, but it might break out the short, and I can only have a stop going in one direction.
What is happening?
What's it?
The Nasdaq, no, the
Nasdaq's coming back in here.
The Nasdaq is doing its little dance.
It's doing some things. So look, AMD did break that 157, but I got to be ready for the manual punch on
Palantir's down here. The market's
on
really
NEO. The market is coming down, but like AMD's holding above this 157 level. So I guess the chips are okay. Is that really what's going on? The chips are good and everything else is falling because like there goes AMD. We'll see if this is across the board. Tesla's to the downside. I have one stock that looks like it's to the upside right now, and that's Advanced Micro Devices. So I'm guessing other things are bringing us down.
Yeah, some is bringing this whole market down a little bit here. All right, we're going to try Donut one more time. And again, if we break through $5, then we can get out. Or I was maybe waiting for this 480 to break. We're not huge into this position yet or anything like that. So let's just put that stop in right now. It doesn't look like these meme stocks want to go early. So we'll have to wait to see if it goes a little bit later. And again, we don't have a huge position. We will flatten out if that does come back in right now on DNUT. It's always better to let these meme stocks kind of just chill sometimes a little bit. We didn't talk too much about Texas Instruments other than straight off the jump. And it's down now trying to break lower. Oh, Enphase. Remember, we weren't looking for too many shorts today. And there goes Enphase. We said $39 on the break. So that would have been good. That makes the move all the way down to $1. So now you have to let that sort of settle down. All right. Hopefully DNUT can make its move back in. Wow. Palantir
I couldn't even get it.
Spanked.
You could not get open. Look, AMD flushed back. It didn't flush. AMD came right back in through the 58. The second I had a trailing stop when it took the quarter, it came right back into 58. So we got the 57 long, took some out at the half, took some out at the dollar, but I just flat out missed the punch at 250 on open door. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, of course I missed the punch.
Yeah,
short sell restricted, right? No, here's the thing. I didn't miss the punch. You just can't remove liquidity without an uptick off the bid to go short. So trying to get that under at 250, unable to get the fill. I'm going to try to see if I can leave this order in and get picked up on the way back up. Wanted to continue the short there. NEO is not going ham, but it did break the lows, so I got into it. I'm short NIO as every single day it's broken one way or the other. So this time it's going to the upside or to the downside. Last couple of days, it's been only upside moves. So NIO, I'll get a bid in front of 55 even, just in case. And open, I guess an uptick finally happened after the break because it picked me up at 247 and now headed right back into the downside. Open continues its slide back to I can't say the open because we just opened, unfortunately. Those puns were better the day in the afternoon because like when it was pulling back in, you could be like it's sliding back to the open on open, but can't really say that now. Open back to 235. I just scalped some out into the 15-cent range. Again, my stop is 50s here, so I'm risking 4 pennies on this. So I want to make sure I get a bit of this out here onto the downside. 19% down. That's the thing about these meme stocks, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
What goes up must come down, but not me, clown.
Right now we do have a decent position on Apple, but it's right here at 214. I mean, it's kind of gapping here down in, man. We opened up at 216. We come back, well, open up at 215.50. Open back, make this move down. We do watch out for Apple. Good size position on right now. We just told you about that, so we'll take some out here. As there goes Apple right now back up to the upside. So it is the apple of my eye here today as there it goes right now. And again, almost daily goal met. We had some people ask me, you know, do I trade any differently or how do you feel coming back off vacation? Nothing's going to slow it down. So we're now going on. There it is, man. There's your first. Made our day right there already off the open. 4 ahead for Apple. I don't know, man. I really miss this place, guys. There it is again. Another monster trade for AAPL down to 214. Bang. Boom goes the dynamite right there. Day and a half goal made. But again, you can get out if you want to. We're not doing that right now. We're going to see if we can get a nice move back higher there. DNUT, man, a good little buy right there. Does make that move back up. Let's just go Apple. Maybe we can get that one now back upside. But the market retracing now, so let's not stare some of these winners too much in the face and make sure that we do get out a little bit more. I'm going to take some more out here on Apple at 214.45. There it is, man. It's a 50-cent winner right there. It's a nice one. So that was a good idea to get long down there. So far, so good on that little dip buy opportunity. Now, I mean, I don't know. Apple's been okay. It's a nice move there. I don't know if that was 225 or not, but I don't think so. But nice move up there for Apple recently. There's that bad wick. So we obviously didn't get that high. But 216, maybe the best we're ever going to get on Apple right there. Remember, we took this trade with 15 cents or so worth of risk. So we are now out of about half of it upside. We'll get out of another piece here if we can. But that's what we're doing. We're trying to watch out for all of these plays. I think Big Bear AI, you were talking some meme stuff as well. That got to that 770. Looks like it didn't do too much down there, so we'll have to wait to see where that one winds up going now.
Forgot to mention WEBL.
Yeah, oh yeah, WEBL.
WEBL was a name that we didn't really get to in our rundown. It just tried to go breaking out the highs and pull back. You remember in the afternoon, WEBL was easily the biggest moving stock, I mean, by a long shot, because there wasn't really much happening, but it just failed the breakout just by a little bit here. So I don't play the continuation unless you're starting to make some higher lows. And at the open, the first thing it did is start to head to the downside. NEO, this will end up being a flat trade. The plan on this was going to be it breaks and goes one direction without going back. If I get in again, it'll be some kind of a trend trade. I just took the pre-market low break, and then the second it was back above the pre-market low, I just punched out. So I was able to get 4 cents and then lost 1. Open is continuing to fall. Down 17 points. It was just a break of the 250 level. We've scalped into 230, and I'm gonna hold on. I'm still holding about really under 20% of this thing. So at the end of the day, I've scalped most out. We'll see what the next move is. It could be the volume weighted average price, which also sits at 250, happens to be where we got in. AMD, it broke that 157. Got to 158, and then now it's underneath VWAP, underneath 157. Yeah. The market's looking a little bit weak. So I'm not rushing back into the longs just because I happen to like it early. It was a good breakout trade, but like a lot of other things, starting to come back in on some weakness here in the market.
Yeah, we're
that can't be right.
I was trying to watch WEBL as well, not doing too much right there. I mean, remember, the reason why we bought some Apple here is, man, we just dipped down. I got to get rid of that wick. That's ridiculous. Oh, to be honest with you, maybe I'll do that right now. But that's that 213.50 right into there. We wanted to buy some 214s. We did get that wick bottom. I'm going to clean that up and show you a different chart for now. Okay, so we just got some more out there. WEBL, it's nothing exciting right now. Our average price is the 200 period moving average, which is fine by me. I mean, that's generally where we want to buy these things, but at the same time, maybe that support is also becoming resistance. So we get another piece out there as we break and try to break above. We get some more out at 530. I'm not sure this is what it's going to be today. So I'm trying to back away a little bit from all of that. Yesterday, we did have a dip down in Broadcom, right? And you just talked about AMD and things like that. So Broadcom falling out yesterday. Nice nice move, right? 282 down to 272 this morning, and now we're trying to get back upside as some of these chip names are starting to go. My whole day right now is just relying on Apple, so let's wait to see what winds up, because I have about double the shares in Apple that I do in Donut, and Donut's a $5 name. So we'll wait to see if that can get going. A nice move back up here into the 50s again, so let's take an opportunity to do that and get some more out. So we will do that there at 85, at 48. Amazon, I don't know. I don't think, we got a couple things off Prime Day. I don't know, nothing too crazy. But right into there, I got my mother or my parents a thermocell, which are those
nice
mosquitoes and all that kind of. They have a lot of. They always are entertaining, and it's like, you know what? If you're gonna have people over, don't let them get West Nile virus.
That's better than my buy.
Coming through right there. We got a bunch of other things.
Dude, I bought these like ankle whatever.
Weights?
It's for like plantar. It's essentially like compression socks. Specifically for plantar fasciitis.
You had to take it back, didn't you?
And then I went out, did a run, got to the track, and was almost doing like sprints. Forgot to put them on and felt great. So I'm like, I don't even need them. But so if anybody, no, I'm not going to return them. I'm sure I'll find a use for it because they were cheap.
You might need them again at some point.
No, that's the thing. It's whatever. Like I'll probably need them at some point. They're compression socks. I can use them anytime. Look, this market is not looking that crazy good, but the bounce is happening. Like if you look at the Nasdaq, we wicked down and we could be regaining the low in here. So maybe looking for a resumption in that trend in AMD, but it's still under 157. So I said I'm only long over 157, but the Nasdaq's trying to come back. I'm just still in open. My next bid is at the quarter. I'm sitting actually at 25 instead of like 26. And then I have a bid at 222 because I love the number 22, and this one continues to trend into the downside. That's about it. GameStop, apparently, is that the meme stock that's going? I thought this only moved when crypto moved. Bitcoin is doing absolutely nothing. Every time I look up, Bitcoin's at 118,000 or within a couple of $100 of it, and you've got GameStop going to the upside. Okay, maybe it's this. Although I also saw cost is to the upside. Meme stocks galore, but the market looking a little weak, everybody.
Yeah, you know what, man?
Cost? That's got to be a...
I'm thinking about a short now. So we just got out of our Apple there as it broke lower, so we'll make money on it, but we gave back our day goal there, of course. I'm just thinking like now if the market's going to break a little bit lower, we just tried to get there. I just tried to short the Nasdaq and missed it, so maybe we'll start it right here in the 60s. But oops, that's not the Nasdaq. This is the Nasdaq right there. So we'll go short a little bit. Anything you're going to ever see some purple ticks, that'll be short. There it is. Okay, so this is what we wanted to do. Again, watching out for this 200 period moving average. Look, I mean, some of the momentum names are a little dead right now. We did talk about that, right? We've talked about some of these meme names sort of coming off a little bit, and then Google tonight. So that's been a name that's been really ripping as of recently as well, and that's coming back down to the downside right now. We have Tesla making moves. Tesla's actually made to move higher. We do have new home sales coming out soon, I believe. Is it new home sales or?
It is, yeah.
Existing home sales. Let me double check that. Hold on one second. I'm just going to check it right now. As we have our economic list, existing home sales expected 4 million right now on existing home sales. So right now, there goes a TQQ. So this looks like a good idea right now as well, as it's trying to get a little bit lower. So we'll short the Nasdaq right here, and we're just short here. I'm going to get something out near this area, get something out at 53 if we can make a little bit of a move down, and then that low is 40s, and then we'll see. I don't want to, we had a huge move yesterday in the housing stocks as, of course, Donald Trump talked about the capital gains potentially not counting there, whatever that was yesterday for new home sale or for existing homes that are sold. I think that helps out names like Home Depot or things like that as you can improve your house.
Some of them are giving it back a little bit, though.
Yeah, I don't know. And there was earnings, right? And so you have to watch out for that. And then just quickly, I'm not averaging into this DNUT. We're down 30 cents. It's not really doing too much. We've seen that sort of the steam is out of these names right here. And if we can dip by into this area, maybe we should do that. But my stop is still 470, and that's been the low. So we'll average it in right here at 490. And then if it breaks lower off of that, then we'll just get out, man. And we'll be like, okay, we took a shot and we got dunked. The Dunkin' Donuts. What is Dunkin' Donuts symbol? D.
Don't be talking donuts, man. You're just gonna make me more.
Yeah. We don't want to do that. All right, BBAI.
Which I am. Just very quickly here, the market is pulling back underneath that pre-market low, so overnight support. So we are still heading downside. Look, I was looking for block here to sell the news. I was thinking it was going to pop up and then we could fade it. It just dropped at the open. Remember, block added to the S&P 500 as of this morning or as of last night. Doesn't really matter how you want to look at it. It's in, and the sell the news seems like it's on. It broke right back through 80. I might look to VWAP, but I want to be short this. So the next bounce upside, I'm going to look for a play off the volume weighted average price, if not the 80 level, for a short on this. Open is starting to bounce here off the quarters. So we went 250, not to 2 even, but to 2 quarter. And 226 actually is the low, and I was sitting at 225. That's why you bid 20. That's why you bid 26, not 25. You even heard me say it on a stock like this, because it goes to the quarter and it's an obvious level. The evens have held on these, so why not the halves and the quarters? We're short at the half. If it comes back down, I'm going to try to get some out underneath 30. Not at the point that I want to reload this. Yesterday was you could hold it almost all day long, and as if cost is halted to the downside.
Oh, cost.
So it's it's a meme day when cost went up for about 5 minutes and then is halted down instantly, indicating a 685 open, and then it's going to open even lower than this. So be careful with these meme stocks. When you start to see a few of them fail, the one you're looking at could do it as well. So I'm staring you in the face, whether it's GoPro. What is GoPro doing? Yeah, look at GoPro.
Let's go.
Right to the downside as well.
Yeah, let's go right here, man. Bang, 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 as we got the futures. So this is a nice move downside here on the TQs, finally starting to get going again. I'm not sure if you and Obi were trading the futures at all, but we're back. I love trading this right here. So there it goes, man. Nice move down. Let's trade this market, man. That's what we're here to watch different names. We've got some meme names going on. We've got Donut. We lost on Apple, man. Apple was an interesting play for sure. It was up and then down. Like, we're up on Apple. I shouldn't say, sorry. We didn't lose on Apple. We're up on Apple. It's my largest stock right now, but now the TQs is definitely getting spicy. And there it is, man. Nice move down. Yeah, let's go. Spin that right there. We did get stopped out of DNUT, though, as that's downside, but we are green today, ladies and gentlemen, as there it comes to the downside right now for the futures. Nice move shorter as we just flipped it up. The minute that we failed right there on the Nasdaq, we had to. Miss you too, Danny Q. Glad to be back in this spot right here. It's hard to fill Obi's shoes, that's for sure, but we're back right now. There it goes. Yes, yes, yes. Bang, right there, nice little move right there for the Nasdaq, because we've got the top of that most recent move. Wasn't the top, was 86.90s, but we got a pretty good price here at 86.72. So there it goes, man. Nice downside play. So we went from making our day right here off the open long to now making our day short off of this play. Unfortunately, though, we do have DNUT that cracked. So that was the one that went a little bit lower. We'll let that one settle down. I'm going to cancel my bull and my Big Bear AI breakouts because it looks like it is going to be a short day. And oh boy, like I was saying, I'm not sure. Did you guys trade the Qs at all? Maybe.
Oh, no, there was way too much. At the open yesterday, it was basically every single stock you could look at was outpacing the market.
Yeah.
The Qs, there's a stat Brennan gave. We hadn't had a 1% plus day in like 19 in a row. So there was like outsized moves so much. Yesterday,
this is not even a big move.
Held short on open, and it's like the same thing. It was a short at open that you could hold all day. It might be the same thing again here today. Top VoIP, I want to get to CoreWeave in a quick little second, but we did get a super chat that I wanted to jump to. Rob Newland, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Alex Upshur as well. Thank you for the super chat. ABAT I have not looked at, unfortunately. And David, we will be looking at WEBL at some point, but the longs that I would have considered aren't looking that good. We appreciate all of you guys, and eagerly we are all waiting for Tesla earnings as well. I'm with you on that, Rob. I don't know if I'll be trading Tesla in here today, though. This market heading downside, looks like we're breaking those lows, but Tesla, as mentioned, bucking the trend. It's about to break the high of the day. Maybe this is where the strength is in the market if you happen to be hunting for it, but I'm looking for a short and block before it gets too far away from any kind of entry that I can grab. So block right down underneath at 80. It's holding right at 79. This might give me a chance for either a flat bottom break through 78.5 or just a short off 78.25, or sorry, 79.25. We like the continuation. Sell the news event. You go into the S&P. We saw this with multiple names that the day after they just head right back in and fill in some of that gap. So I'm expecting the same sort of thing here on block. We don't have. Yesterday we had shorts on this stock. Today apparently I have to pay.
All right, right now, I guess, savvy Canadian traders looking to boost their exposure can now tap into the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500 with Beta Pro 3 times daily levered ETFs featuring built-in FX hedging. This aims to amplify short-term market moves, minimizing the impact of currency swings. Whether you're feeling bullish or bearish, these ETFs are built for active day traders ready to take on the market. Read the full risk disclosure and the prospectus at betapro.ca before investing. Obviously, get educated about what you're doing because some of those levered products definitely have something to say about decay. And for short term, as we just described, definitely check them out, Beta Pro. Thank you, Global X, for that. Palantir, I mean, I was over there and I should have bought it, man. It's kind of a little bit embarrassing. 148.65 is where I have my bid. We dipped back in and we got 148.82. So we should have had this trade long as well, PLTR, but we do not have it. So there was the mistake right there for Palantir. Does make a move back into 148, now making it right back up into the 200 period moving average. Remember, we got some good outs there on the short side of things, but the market has tried to make a little bit of a move back here. That's Palantir on the daily. Right now, nice move higher into 155. That's kind of what we wait for. Let's see if it wants to actually break something and get going one way or the other. But for right now, Palantir just hovering around that 150 mark, which is good. But let's let it settle down. It's 950 already. Wow, this day kind of got fast a little bit there. 170 top for NVDA, but yeah, we had written down 168 as the bottom, and we didn't quite get there, so we're trying to be patient. I am bidding 168.25, so shout out to everybody checking out that sticky note, as it looked like it might have been okay down there if you took a shot, but not super low. And the other one that we're looking for today was Amazon, down there near 226. So, you know, we'll wait to hear. I mean, that big deal for Nintendo, for Japan, we looked at Nintendo. Toyota Motors was another one that Neil brought up. That's up 12%, but fading now as well. And then Enphase off of a report last night. We wanted to go short on through 39, well, at least look at it. Yeah, and that 39 short was good, man. That was the pre-market low. So I'm not afraid to do anything like that. The spread was a little bit too big, but it did give us, I guess it was even better than one. It was about 39.20 or so, that pre-market low break, and now you're in about $1 on that one if you did have it. So yeah, Enphase giving out some good trades there as well. So I think as long as you have proper risk management today, you're probably okay. Nothing's been too violent.
Well, the other thing too is there's so many names worth watching out here. What I want everybody to do is, hey, if we're not covering what you want, or if there's a symbol that you think is hype, then get in the chat right now. Hit the subscribe button because it's a subs only chat, and then type $, and then whatever ticker is moving for you that you think is the best, or just what you think is maybe whatever you're trading, or it could be something that you're curious about. So $, and look at these. You got QBTS, TEM, D-Pro, HIMS, and HIMS had a huge run yesterday. Kohl's, good luck with Kohl's. That was crazy. Marvell, SoFi, Amazon, they're starting to pump in. So keep them coming. We'll check back in. You can see DNUT, it makes a lot of sense that DNUT's going to be there. Of course, there's just so many jokes I can make off that. Archer, Tesla, so it's going to be fluid, but right now, DNUT taking the cake. We'll check back in to make sure that we're covering everything that you guys want us to. And I did see a few times there, HIMS popped up. Load, thank you very much. HIMS continuing its squeeze. So I guess the squeeze is in, you look left and it goes right. Remember HIMS 52. 52 has been an absolute brick wall of selling on this stock, and it's going there right now. Like it's trying to break it out. So shout out to everyone for bringing this one up. This local high here is about 52. Let me get it exactly. About 52.15. So just above the 52 level is your next place of resistance here on HIMS. I'd look for some kind of a pullback off there, join the trend, maybe it clean breaks. I don't know. I'm going to manage that open. It looks like it's catching another bid into the volume weighted average price. Let's see if I can get a reload. If it does a topping tail like this again, I was able to get some out there at 30 like I said I would, and then if we get a nice little topping tail reversal at VWAP, I'll look to reload this and play the trend for the rest of the day. Once it breaks 250, I'm out of this stock. And finally, AMD is starting to look better. Took the break above 157 on AMD. It's held the pre-market lows, been waiting for it to show strength off that price again, and I'm just not compromising with this. 157 this is the area. If it's not above this, I don't want it. So when I play it over under, then I got to make sure that we're holding above this, especially on that 15-minute. If we close above and now we're back above 157, this is where I want to jump into the long a second time here on advanced money duplicator today, hopefully, up only 1.5%, but that's better than the market.
Way better, yeah. No, that's exactly the kind of stuff you're looking for. I'm trying to go short. Oh, we do have a new position right now with WEBL. It fell right into our lap here, so this is kind of what we like. Instead of buying dips right away, we did get a little patient here with Bull. We wrote down 1650 on our sticky note, so we're long here at 1665. I mean, if it does break through 1650, then we can get out. I mean, if we're looking at this trade, we're just looking at it right here, that little break, that's 1640. So we'll buy some more down here. I mean, for me, the memes haven't been that great today. We only had DNUT, but I'm going to put a stop order in right now. Cancel my other one, and if we do get some and here it goes. If we do get some 1650s, that'll be even better. I'm going to stop out at 1639 if it does break that. So far so good here. Let me get something out at 74 if we can. There it is. Immediately get something out. Then we'll go. There we go. Then we go into the 80s, and there we go again. Let's spin that money right there as we make back a little bit here of what we gave up on Donut. We make it back on WEBL. Big trade here for me actually on Bull. I mean, we waited for this one, and here it comes. So a couple more outs. Nicely done here on Bull. And again, if you're looking for somewhere to check in on and see what some of these notes are coming from, I mean, I'm right here. It is the sticky note. It's right here. We have WEBL right there, 1650 for the long. So we actually talked about that. I want to thank all 2 grand of you. I didn't really refresh it. Maybe it's a little bit more for checking that out, because there it goes right now. It's your big trade alert, I guess, for me, WEBL, because it's starting to go. So there it goes. Let's see if we can get 92s right now. Not bad, man. We'll take 40 cents or so here, or 30 cents or so if we can get it on a $16 name. The Nasdaq looking to reload again if we can get something up here around 86.70. I still want to play the short. I mean, until we really get some of these momentum plays to get going again. I know Neil just mentioned AMD, which has been really nice, that's for sure. But some of the other names, pretty weak, right? I mean, you're talking about the market here.
Tesla's not bad.
No, Tesla was just at 335. That was actually a really nice one.
Google's a problem.
There, Apple getting clapped right now. Did Google finally go back up?
No.
Right,
Low of day breaking as we speak on Alphabet.
Yeah, come on,
Yikes.
WEBL.
Yikes.
Yikes for that one. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, if we could just continue to trade this, we get some 94s. There we go. We get some 94s again there on BULL. So, hey, no bull over here, man. This is what we're doing. We're shorting the market. We're going long on WEBL. What's up, Tia? What's up to everybody else as well? That GE Vernova.
Let's go, GE Vernova.
Yeah, the only thing I have of this one is from the split, but I haven't bought any more of it, so I don't think I have that many. But there it goes, man. Nice move there on earnings. And again, someone's got to power all this stuff. And there goes GE Vernova. Nice move there to the upside, as there's a lot of traders talking about that. And yeah, missed opportunity for sure today. Up $31 or more. Where did we even open? We were up more than that. $5.90 to $6.30, $41. Nice move to the high side plus as we get going.
Check out the daily on that thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking at.
Vistra
right
too.
Straight there to the upside. Should have bought some more of those names, of course. But we're in WEBL. Let's check out what SoFi is maybe doing. And we will do a double check. I mean, thank you everybody for hitting the like and the subscribe. And thank you to my main man over there, Fabian, for building this thing. I mean, how sick is this? What an addition since I've been last year. We just had the names. Now we've got all these cool logos going on here. Now I can figure out that's Quantum's logo. Okay, so now we get a little more educated here. The biggest of the bears is right here. We like that one. Big BBAI hymns and DNUT. So this is it. So let's click on this and see what happens. So there it is right now. There's a price chart. Wow, look at this guy doing all this work. We like that one. So we got 15 submissions. He's cackling in my ear because this is all working. So thank you, Fabian. We love that. The volume rate, everything. Wow, great job on all of this. Wow. Fabian, wow, okay. Nice move there. But anyways, type it in, $, whatever you want. This will adjust, but right now it's gonna be hard to take this out. We only have 18 submissions right here, right? So 18, 17, you guys can get this going. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, get involved into our chat, and Neil and I will continue to look over at those names. But for me right now, it's a print factory on the futures. So we're gonna take this, if we can get some 22s, we'll be sitting on 22s back home, but right now, we've got 86.20 on our mind right there. I just bid some 22s, right there, see if we can get that. No one has 28 in trims, do they? But we're going to get something out at 28 then. We just missed it. See, sometimes by bidding, you miss trades, and we shouldn't do that. Sometimes we should just punch out instead of sitting here. If you bid or offer on our platform here at Real Trading, then you're going to get rebates. But that doesn't matter. Like the fact that you were looking for 22s and now it's at 32, losing 10 cents, the rebate is 0.1 or 0.2 of a difference, like 0.1 of a cent. So it's not like it's a huge difference. We probably should have taken better care of that trade. But if it falls back into 28s, we are bidding 28, so see if we can take a 41-cent win on this one and take out a little bit more. We still have half or so of this position, looking to get a little bit lower here in the futures. Remember, pending home sales coming out. I was going to say Brendan's at the desk, but he's not.
Existing
so we will,
sales, yeah.
Existing, sorry. So we will drop that for
We'll
you
give it to
guys,
you guys.
as soon as that comes out.
That's right. We're going to do our best. We're going to,
Yeah.
obviously, big shoes to fill for Adara, but we'll make sure we get all the news for you as it comes out. It is just existing home sales, and I think we have crude oil inventories at 10:30. Obviously, and then we have, I think at 1 o'clock, there's like a 20-year bond auction. Just a quick update. Open held on to the last 10% here just to see if we could do it all day long. Yesterday, you could short it at the open, and pun intended, and it just continued to the downside on that break. I don't mind getting back in, but if it does this move, I'll just wait for it to get into VWAP like it did last time. So good little move. But you only got a 10% move on this. Yesterday, and this is going to happen on this every single day. Like yesterday, it went down like $1. But each day, the volatility is going to decrease. Like the break the other day was ridiculous, and then a little bit less, and a little bit less. So you take what you can get. I did finally get into block as it consolidated off the lows at 79. If I can't short 80 and it consolidates at 79, then I'm going to short the 79 into the low of the day. I got bids into yesterday's lows, so I look for a sell the event after block got added to the S&P 500. Market looking relatively weak. As I said, if I find something that I love into the long side, great. But open was fantastic. I got one scalp trade on AMD. And then obviously block here, we're going to hang on to the short trade, just trying to keep it pretty simple because nothing else is really setting up the way that I liked. I looked at NEO for that continuation.
10 seconds.
Didn't want to do it. It just broke down and then small move, unfortunately. But about 5 seconds to go, and then we're going to get these existing home sales.
All right, we're huge on the TQs right now as we continue to go a little bit lower. So here we go, looking for 4 million. We'll get that for you in just a second. We are bidding 86.03s right now, near the low of the day. I'm also just take something out right now. 3.93 million is what I'm hearing in my ear. 3.93 lower than the 4. So bye-bye, ciao. There it is. Spin it one more time as we get to the downside right now for everything. Nice move lower right here. We are buying NVIDIA down here at 168. So we're going to give this to 167.75 or so. Right now we will buy, oopsies, NVIDIA. I just got to put that stop order in because I put it on the wrong stock here. 167.74. We'll see if we can get a flatten on that one just to make sure. I got to make sure that I have the stops in because if I do not, then it could be obviously disastrous for your boys. So we're not going to do that right there. But a nice move down there for the TQs. Oh boy, man, this is going to be, once again, shout out to Obi for the oh boy comments right there. So we are long WEBL right now, which is huge. WEBL's a big one, man. We're back, by the way, to our daily goal. So there it is right now. Nicely met. Once again, it's 10 o'clock. But we do want to make sure that if you are looking to trade futures like this, especially on the TQs, but you want to trade proper futures, Nasdaq, Spire, even Bitcoin top one futures is one of the fastest growing prop firms out there. They're giving traders the chance to manage up to $1 million in capital. Pick your path, either instant funded, your challenge, or your pro account, and start trading your way with real payouts and a live account. In the last 90 days alone, they paid out over $10 million and earned 1,000 plus 5-star reviews from real traders. Use the discount code TTV to save on any account. Scan the QR code or head to top1futures.com and start trading towards, hopefully, your next payout. And oh boy, Neil, there it is again. Yes, sir, man. NVIDIA paying off one more time as we just follow our rules. You know, we wait. The number one trade idea here on the note, and I guess you guys didn't get too much of this reference, obviously, in the last week and a half, but there it is right here, man. It is your sticky note, and it is NVIDIA 168 long. So we're long NVIDIA at 168. The market is at 168.70 right now goes NVIDIA. So a nice little long there. WEBL comes right back in, which is kind of interesting. We did get some out there at the 50-period moving average. We have half. Exactly half of this position on. So if it breaks lower, we'll still be up, but obviously it won't be a hurrah trade because WEBL has stopped. But we will celebrate, of course, NVIDIA as there it goes up through 168.70. That's where there it is. Nice little out there again. Back up to the 200-period moving average. So there we go, man. Big trade alerts, basically. Lost on DNUT. And that's kind of okay with it. I mean, maybe we'll go long again. Let's wait to see if these meme stocks want to get going. WEBL's been really good. And then obviously the number one name here for myself will be exactly that, the TQs, and we've talked about that a little bit as well. So we'll put another bid down here in the 10s, and we'll see if we can get a little bit lower. Again, existing home sales, Neil, down.
Yeah, disappointing.
3.93, but NVIDIA is not disappointing, nor are the futures.
No disappointments here either. Like, and again, it is about sticking to your plan. And if it doesn't set up in your plan, then you don't take it. You know, block, we wanted short for a sell the news event. That worked. Open at 250s worked. I mean, the only thing, of course, is going to be NEO not doing anything. But at some point, you knew NEO wasn't going to go absolutely ham every single day. There are meme stocks going. I know not every one of them is working to the upside. I just showed you cost. Virgin Galactic, of all things, just broke the high of the day because why not? Just a caution for everybody. Almost every single one of these meme stocks has reverted and looked pretty nasty when it comes back in. So I'm prepared for any kind of topping tail or trend break to try to grab one of these short. And $5 on space would be an interesting place to look. If it goes another 10%, I'm going to double check. That one we have to pay for shorts. So we'll have to get borrows on that. XYZ, which is block, just bounced off of yesterday's bottom right here. So there's your resistance of 78.5. We're able to get some out in the bottoming tail wick. And if it breaks this prior high where my stop is, great. We'll have to stick to our rules and get out. But we're able to finally get into that short. I do still like the fintech names in a general sense, but I still think it's more of a sell the event in this particular case with XYZ. AMD still not giving me any feels on that long trade. And I keep seeing in the chat, there's a lot. I haven't traded Krispy Kreme yet, but that is a heck of a reversion that it put in. Look at the trend break down at 460. If this can do a full V shape or at least half of it and get to VWAP, this could be a place to join it. I did want at least one of these memes to try to go. But now that it's washed out some of the sellers, it could make some more sense off the volume weighted average price for sure. And I see HIMS is still going, but unfortunately, you know, this one, if you had to be early on HIMS. It didn't feel like it was going to be the one today. I don't even know what the catalyst might have been for it, if there even is one. And now there's nothing standing in the way of a 54 break. I hate breakouts when you're sitting there at the 50 period on the daily, but this seems like a reversion to me on HIMS. I'm going to put a 1 minute chart up on this one and try to sniper it.
Yeah, we're sniping things, man, left, right, and center right now, boys. Yeah, nice move there for NVIDIA all the way up to the 200 period, getting some out right there. DNUT. Fabian's like, let's get some of these traders to send us in some DNUTs right now. But if anybody wants to send in some Krispy Kreme donuts, that's fine. But right now, nice move back up. Neil was talking about it, so we did want to talk about that. Yeah, there's one pretty close to here, actually. All right, INTC as well.
I'm down with that.
Coming through. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't make any money. That donut is my only red stock today. So we have Apple, green, WEBL. Yeah, about it, man. I just posted out there, wow, WEBL, I didn't even notice this one. Let's go, everybody. How are you doing, everybody, right now? Wow, that's a big trade alert right there. I mean, the two, like we just talked about, staying to your plans, there's no better thing to do. Right now, if you're a trader, you're gonna want to look for some notes, right? There's NVIDIA 168 right now. That is, of course, not as much in the money. That did go 90 cents. WEBL right there, 1650. Now at 1710. We'll wait to see what Amazon's doing. Let's have a quick little check-in on Amazon. But there's that 1650 on WEBL, right? Just came in again, actually. We missed it. I was looking at, of course, the futures. And then our futures trade, where we flipped up that game. You know, we flipped up this game short because we were initially long on Apple. Apple's still, though, my number 2 overall stock today, which is pretty good. So we'll have to wait for that. It looks like WEBL trying to say something about that right now. Everybody wants to see what's up to everybody in the chat. L87P. What's up, L87P? Right now, HIMS, yeah, is going off right now, right there. So it does have that blue pill today, up $55, looking to break through 54, 55 bucks right there for HIMS. Nice little move. If we zoom back out and see, man, not much going on right there on this level because you've already broken. So if we just go back a couple days here, you can see what HIMS has been doing. There's that break, probably worth looking at 52. Oh. Okay, what's that? That goes back to the 14th right here, 53 and change. This might be, if you're long right now on HIMS, you may want to think about trimming some of that position, as we've been up here before, only for it to fall back in again. So watch out for that one. Yeah, man, that's too bad, because we had written down, again, we nailed this donut trade. We wrote down here on we lost on it, but we wrote down 475. We just didn't give it enough room, so we'll have to wait to see if that comes in. And then let's just check out Big Bear. The only name that I thought halted was Cost today, right?
Cost halted down, yeah.
Ooh, Big Bear AI, because still want to go up through.
There's another small one that halted, but
775. Yeah, small one. Okay.
PAPL.
Maybe they thought it was PayPal.
It's Pineapple Financial.
Oh yeah, we heard that.
We know that name. No, but it's halted multiple times. Its liquidity is suspect.
Yeah, okay.
Is the best way to think about it. It's halted multiple times and it's just trending down. I don't think this is the one that anybody is hoping is going to take them to the promised land. It's been selling since the open. Unless you have paid for locates on this, there's pretty much nothing for you to do. But we don't have to pay for locates on HIMS, at least last I checked. So if it breaks this trend, I put a 1 minute chart up. Usually I have a 3. The second it breaks this trend line, I'm going into the short because it's at that resistance level we talked about. We're out of block and we're out of, I don't mind getting back into open, but this is the one I'm looking at here. But I'll probably try to get back into open short after that was so good at the bell. I hate saying at the open with that stock, but the last couple of days you can't avoid it. So this is what I'm watching for here. It's because HIMS is at resistance at that 50 period. Once the trend breaks, and I've just drawn a trend line from the volume weighted average price bounce pretty cleanly here on the 1 minute, try to snipe in. It's one of those, you might miss it on the punch, and if you do, I'm not chasing it too far underneath that trend line break, which would be about 53.30 or so. Market's trying to head back to the upside, but AMD is still not breaking the little downtrend that it's on. And this is what I'm watching. It's one of the stronger names, up 1.5%, but you can see the volume weighted average price, resistance, lower highs. If it can break this downward trend, I jump back into advanced micro devices. That's what I have on watch. I love the fact that AMD is relatively strong, but at some point the market could just end up so weak that it doesn't matter.
We wrote down, yeah, I don't know. The market's fine though, down 0.2 right now. We are still short the market, but again, guys, we only have about 10% left. Well, we have a little bit more. We have about 15% or so, left of the TQs. So there it is, man. Okay, if it falls back in, let's take another bid here. I still think we have a lot more to go, actually. Let's just hold off. Let's get a little bit lower into 86, and then we'll just hold on to it. 86.02, we'll build right into there. That is the low of the day. We basically have this move, so we're pretty happy with it. Let's talk about something that might happen again. What about Big Bear? We wrote down 775 for that kind of a break, so I still think I'm here for that. That's that break right there. We'll see if it gets going. It hasn't been going today. It's up 3%, so it's nice, but it did travel back into those lows, and it held the 200 period moving average. So, you know, if we've learned anything, maybe that's something that we'd watch out for. As you can see here on Big Bear AI, 200 period was okay yesterday. Once it broke it, it finally got going, and right here we held it. So good dip buy opportunities for that potentially. I think I like the breakout a little bit better than trying to play some dip buys. So we will wait out for Big Bear AI and see if that can come through. XYZ, which was Block, was recently been added to the S&P 500 and Nasdaq name, I guess now. YXZ, that's why it's not working. XYZ, it's still New York, yeah. I typed in the wrong symbol. So right there. So we're going to have a quick little look at see what this is doing today. There it is, XYZ. Okay, down 0.5% right now. As there's the gap up, 72 up to 80s and change. So I would say you're looking for this to break, man. 77.50 back in to the downside right there for XYZ. Enphase, we talked about some of the solar names getting hit a little bit, and there goes Enphase. Wow, what a good trade that was, man, off $39 short. Again, rewind a little bit. We talked about that short, but talking about something is one thing and taking it is another in this world. But yeah, nice move down there for Enphase. I said if you are going to look long somewhere in the solar space, why not have a quick look at FSLR? That was good early and bad late. Again, that was only if Enphase was running. I mean, Enphase is going to the downside, so we'll look to see a continuation short there for First Solar. Let me check back in to see what's going on here with our friends in this market race that we have here. Thank you to Fabian for building this thing again. Let's have a quick look. This thing is so cool. Get into the chat right now. We want to thank all of you for watching right now. I have over 9,000 right now. So you got to get those like buttons going upside as well. Hit that little thumb and get it going on your screen. Only 911. Ooh, that's not a great look there. 911 likes. Hims, Big BBAI. Ooh, Tesla out of nowhere.
Tesla.
Right now making the little bit of a run up right there. So space, you talked about Virgin Galactic already. And we'll keep going longer. But there's Tesla right there, up 0.5% right now. Day's high. This is today's high, right? Yeah, 334.48, the low of 229, 329 and change. So not a huge range today for Tesla, but it's Hims, Big BBAI, Tesla, Archer, AMD. Space is now on this side as it just flips back and forth, so that's pretty cool. GoPro as well. So yeah, some few names there as a stock visualizer, it's called. I like that as well. But that's First Solar. Yeah, WEBL near its highs again. We nailed that one. I'm just kind of chilling right now, you know, waiting for something else to drop. The futures continue to drop down, and oh boy, do we have that one. The biggest trade by far for me today are these futures, and we're going to watch out for that. We are not reloading NVIDIA unless it comes back in like severely, which it basically did, and I don't know why we did not get that. We should have had a 168 there on NVIDIA, so that's strange that we did not. But yeah, we'll put another bid down there on NVDA, and there goes the TQs. Take another bid. It just went below. We'll take some out here at O's again, so there it is. We take that fill. Nice move to the downside for NVDA. We're just kind of stockpiling right now. We're going to look for more opportunities, but for here, you know, I don't see too much. We do have a super chat there.
We do have a super chat. Siesta Mike, shout out to you, $9.99. I love the interesting prices. Welcome back. Yeah. Major day short Enphase, off to the beach. Where are you at? Yeah, what beach you going to, Mike? Let us know. That's awesome. We're not going to any beaches around here because I don't consider the beaches in Toronto real beaches. It's like we got the beaches, but it ain't the same thing, man. Like there's good sand and there's
we do have
there's rocks.
Fresh water.
No, we got fresh water. I'm not like I love.
You're not going to have great beaches,
but you're not going to get. Look, you're not going to get the same thing you will south of where we are. Let's just leave it at that.
Obviously.
So I sniped into Hims, but it just caught a bid at 53. So we're short at 38. Got some out in front of 53 even. But the second it makes this breakdown here, I move my stop from the high to the current bar. So if it breaks 53.5, and again, this is something that I've changed in this reversion strategy, and you've seen it probably a few times if you were watching the last little bit of a week. You make that trade, and it's like, okay, it's going into the high. I'll put my stop at the high of the day. But once it shows me a bid at the first resistance, I'm like, okay, that's too strong, tighten up the stop. And that way, if you get it right and it goes to VWAP, you get a big trade. But if it immediately catches the bid and resumes that trend, you take a small hit. And I think when we saw this with Open or any of those stocks, if you're going to take your shot, just do it that way, and allow yourself a better chance to get into it again instead of getting blown out, like trying to force the short and something like that. So that was my shot in Hims. We'll end up flat on it because I took it a second time. And yes, John Manzoni, Antigua has a beach for every single day of the year and is absolutely fantastic. And NBA MVP Shy SGA, both his parents Antigua.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Antigua, of course, and shout out to Boston. We had a great time there. It was nice to see some people down there, as we had said. There, I did not eat at Crumble Cookie, but my kids did. I've never been there before. It was really cool.
What's the deal with that?
You make the fresh cookies there, man. You just order on an app. My daughter got the churro one, and my son got cookies and cream. And yeah, it was really great. Great to be back here again. And oh boy, there goes NVIDIA again, man. Nice move back upside. So yeah, we are excited to be into some NVIDIA again. WEBL starting to go. Everything just working out for us here today, man. I mean, I don't know. Like you had just said, they're in and out of Hims and Hers for yourself. We've traded a lot of names, man. We've traded Apple. We got out of the way of Apple. That was good. The fact that we're still up on Apple and it's PL number 2, actually WEBL overtook that. That's still pretty impressive. I mean, I feel like that was really good management there of risk. And then WEBL off 1650. I mean, that's what we wrote down. So we're really happy with that one. We had lost on DNUT, but if we had held it, we would have been okay. But again, I'm not being that irresponsible. So we'll get out. That's our only losing trade. So Apple, WEBL, NVIDIA.
Awesome.
I mean, that 168 write down right here as your number one trade idea seems to have been something special for that, because I just wish we would have got the reload, and I just missed it. Dave and Buster's right now trying to go higher as well. There's existing home sales. We had that come out at 393, so that was a little bit lower. So we can have a quick look at some of the home sales numbers. But there it is right here, man. We're here for trading. 168 long right there on NVIDIA, 1650 for WEBL. Those are the two big trades for me today. And then DNUT lost 475. So we got stopped out of that one as well. And then Apple, we didn't even have it on our radar, but we took it anyways. Sometimes those are mistakes, and you shouldn't do that, but we're okay. All right, there's NVIDIA, man. Put that one into the club. So here it goes, man, trying to break it back above. We'll take something out here around 169 as it's trying to go meme crazy a little bit right now. We do watch out for the TQs as they're trying to make a move back upside. Maybe we'll just start to clear this out. We'll take another bid right here at 32 if we can get in. There it is. So we are now very, very light on everything pretty much. Let's just put this stop out right now. If we break through that 50-period moving average, 86.46, we'll stop out of 100% of that one. I'm just going to fix up all my stop orders, but it's been a good day. Yeah, no rust or anything here today at all. Just coming back and doing the same thing that we always do, man. Look for levels, trade our game plan, and hopefully do a lot of this for all of you out there as well. Thank you for the super chats. I hope some of you tailed these trades. I mean, all the ones that we had put out have been cash. I mean, this NVIDIA trade and the WEBL one were really, really big. The DNUT, we'll just wait on it. But yeah, other than that, man, we didn't trade Toyota Motors or anything like that today, but that was another Japanese name that we
Yeah, Toyota, look, those names obviously, anything that's going to be listed out in Asia, at the end of the day, you tend to get the bigger moves over there. Toyota's up 13%, and it's actually holding pretty well to the upside. You could trade it, but it's done 800,000 shares here. I don't know the exact number it would have done overnight, but certainly a heck of a lot more volume and volatility, no questions asked. And you have to have your style of trade. I told you what the risk plan was on HIMS. To me, I'm going to stick with it. At the end of the day, that's what allows me to be. The way I look at it is if I'm flat on this trade and it goes all the way down, I have to ask myself, what if it went meme crazy and I was fighting the stock still? So it is coming back into the volume weighted average price. I think the more important thing is just watch out with these meme-ish type of names if they get into a resistance level, because you're seeing all these turns at sort of obvious places. This has been holding the 50-period moving average. Obviously, since they had their most recent flush, and this is all related to Novo parting ways with them, it's been riding the 50-period on a bounce. So all the buying has been slowing down right at the 50-period moving average on the daily chart of HIMS, and that's exactly what happened in here today. Which one?
You loving Lucid?
Off 280 again?
Beautiful bounce. Just like boom.
Come on, chart.
Are you liking Lucid down
I
here?
don't know why.
Okay.
I didn't see the news today, but it was just a point.
I saw
didn't
some
think-
Lucid Airs actually.
It was a couple of days. It was a couple of days ago we had the big news, but I don't know if there was news this morning on Lucid.
What was the big news?
I'm looking for it.
No, what was it a couple days ago that Neil mentioned?
I forgot.
What was it?
Here, we'll get the exact story for you in a quick
Okay,
little
no one
second.
remembers it.
You know what? I got to refresh my. I haven't been hearing much in my ear. So
Yeah, no, there's been nothing going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart my service there. No, but there was a buyer at 280 the last couple of days on Lucid.
Okay.
But it didn't get anywhere near that today. If it had bounced off 280 again today and we didn't get it, I'd be kicking myself.
Lucid expands charging options with Tesla network access for Air models.
No, they had an Uber,
may have to use that
they had an
mic,
Uber
my guy.
story. It was a partnership with Uber a few days ago. But I had the exact story I wanted to be able to get for you, but it had to do with
I'm in.
yeah, it had to do with Uber.
I'm in. Randy, could I grab another Java? Yeah, why not? Why not?
Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, so it,
Yeah, can you just program something in for me using Java, please, immediately?
yeah, it was Uber partners with Lucid and Neuro for a 300 million push into self-driving. That was the headline. It was just a partnership with Uber, which Uber's got that infrastructure, man. Like everyone's gonna want to team up with them because, heck, if you can get if you go autonomous, you can get a small portion of Uber drivers instantly wherever you happen to open up, then that gives you instant revenue when you're gonna have big capital expenditures going into anywhere. But look, the stock's not really doing much of anything in here today, unfortunately. And can I say if it was moving, great. Lucid has squeeze potential. I'll double check the short float in a minute, but I'm pretty sure it's still double digits over there on Lucid. Oh, we didn't get our VWAP on AMD. breaks off 57, holds the pre-market low. This one's on a clear trend to the upside. We only took the 57 break at the open. I'll get rid of that wick. I can't zoom out. I'm just going to stay zoomed in. 57 a key level. You can pull out to a higher time frame and be able to see it. But all the chips got sold off. TXM's report was okay, except for guidance. And it looks like the market's trying to buy back up the chips after selling them heavily at the open in yesterday's trade. So I'm going to be long in front of VWAP or anything. I want a higher low in here to continue the trend. AMD up 2 points into a weak market. There's the best way to be able to show you the 57. I think we've got room to get to 160 today, and I want to play in the stronger of the chip names for sure. I know that MU is going, this one got beat up. This one got beat up, I want to say, the most yesterday, and then held the lows all day long when everything else was bouncing. So it'd be a pretty big deal if the Micron can get above the 110 hump. The thing about Micron, it has this tendency to get, when the sector gets beaten up or when there's cyclical moves, these guys are just, they overreact to it big time. Maybe there was too much exuberance in this name on the run up. This has been downward trending for a hot minute now compared to the rest of the chip names. And the 110 level is also the 50 period on the daily you got to worry about.
Okay, so we are getting some more out of Bull, and now we're looking for Big Bear AI. It looks like it does want to try to break. We're going for 775 if that can break right there. So we'll wait to see if Big Bear AI can break, and that's what we're going to be doing right here again. So off the most recent news, I mean, we get that Japan-U.S. trade deal. You can see the ES and the Nasdaq both relatively flat right there. As we hear that Japan's going to pay 15% tariffs pretty much across the board there, and include a $550 billion investment package from Japan into the United States. So we feel like Toyota Motors gets a nice little bump there as some of these Japanese auto stocks get moving again. Whether or not this means more infrastructure being built here by these Japanese companies in the United States to produce these vehicles over here. But I think that that's really interesting there. Toyota, Honda trying to build these markets back up there today as the Japanese market making moves. Is it EWJ? Right there for iShares Japan. So, if you want to look at this one, again, nice up. You don't see this happen too much for the ETFs. EWJ right there for Japan, breaking out right now, taking out the highs. What a great break trade that would have been in and around $75 as the United States gets that. Thank you so much, Randy,
thanks, Randy.
For that one. And then we got a tech shakeup there today as well as Texas Instruments, Randy, finally bringing it back into the downside. And we say that is that they've been so hot as of recently, some of these chip names, but there goes Texas Instruments making a move down on soft Q3 guidance. Despite having solid Q2 numbers, both on the top and the bottom line, they make a move down. That is, of course, Texas Instruments to that downside.
Because the midpoint was like 152, and they guide. So the midpoint was 148, and the expectation was 150, and that's 11% down. Everything else was a beat.
You can't miss, yeah.
Well, you cannot. You miss guidance in this market when we're at the highs.
Yeah.
You get clapped, man.
People want to know what Randy's job is. He's infrastructure, IT, plumbing, carpenter, chief coffee runner, data centers, family man.
Mr. Clean, apparently.
Yep.
The white tee as well.
Got on the black jorts today. I mean, this guy's everything, man. Mr. Bitcoin, Mr. EV.
I like those.
But yeah, honestly, we don't know what Randy's job is. So shout out to Randy. And
I got the Allbirds. They're so comfortable.
Those are good.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I got on the
What are you rocking?
yeah
Is that what we're doing? I just realized we're not even showing.
the Jaw Morants,
Ja,
the Jaws.
Okay.
Allbirds.
So old man Jaws.
I just,
I like those. Those are comfy. I gotta get some.
It's all about
I gotta
comfort.
get some comfort. I gotta get some comfort as well. Right there. So, all right, yeah, good job on that one. Thank you, Randy, for all of that, and a little bit of a shoe check for the day.
Check.
I've got size 13s right there, but all right. So there it is, man. Texas Instruments again, that downside play, and then we did have some news coming through again today with the meme stocks, right? I mean, Costs, again, was always going to be on somebody's radar whenever we have, this is 30 or 40% short float, so that's going to be something that we continue to look at here on the show. Nice move to the downside right now, 640, 650 for KOSS, so watch out for that one. Krispy Kreme donut, another name that was running around today. Not much going on now. We took a shot. This is my only red stock today, donut. And we're going to go 5-1. So that's DNUT, downside play as well. And then I wanted to look, I thought Beyond Meat had a chance of going. Yeah. Remember, we still are waiting for BBAI to do something. Beyond Meat was going early, and now it is down. It's Big Bear AI, the one that I'm waiting for to break through 775. It got pretty close to doing that as well. And then, of course, we're in the money 60, 70 cents, 80 cents or so on NVIDIA, depending on how, what minute I'm looking at it right there, as that's trying to get a little bit higher as that one continues to move. And then, honestly, man, I mean, in the world of Bitcoin today, we don't have too much action going on right now. Bitcoin hovers near that 119, 118 area, and it continues to just sort of be hovering, I guess is the right word that I just used there, as we'll wait for the next shoe to drop. I mean, I've been out of it for a little bit. I wonder what that next sort of indicator will be for Bitcoin. Will there be something happening, with some of those stable coins, as we looked at Circle? Had a huge move yesterday.
I think what usually happens is Bitcoin goes first, and then all of the memes go with, all the altcoins go with it. And I think once those settle down and pull back, we can resume what's going on in that name. I'm trying to get rid of this. I can't even get rid of this wick because it's not even saying it goes down. I'm trying to fix this AMD chart so I can show yesterday, but that wick is being very, very annoying. It just lost the volume weighted average price. So the original breakout, good, but if we're under 57, I don't want to be in it. And I just got to remind myself, I like a 3-minute chart as opposed to a 1, so I'm going to switch that back. But we just lost 157. My over-under was at 157 on this stock. And if I'm playing the long, I'm favoring the long because it's relatively strong, which means I want it to be buyers above 157, which is a key price level for sure. But apparently Wolf is going nuts in here. I guess this is this has done 30 million shares. I'm not going to make the assumption that there is no catalyst here. What I'm going to do is I just want to double check. I know it's got a huge short float. The number I have for a short float on this thing is 74%. These are all just estimates, so look, it's gigantic. It's a huge short float one way or another, and I'm not really seeing much of anything in terms of news on this for Wolf, for a catalyst. I'm going to double check and check the old Twitter machine, or X machine, just to see if we have anything going on with Wolf. It looks like a big-time power move, and there's not a heck of a lot in terms of big levels outside of the even $2 was kind of big over here. Now you're going all the way back to April, and on the way to the upside, 250 as well. So about the 250, 265 area. There's room for this to go as it's breaking out the 2 even, and someone's chasing it to the upside. Oh goodness, this is going to be one heck of a reversion if it turns in, for sure. I want to see if this chaser, someone's walking it up at 1. No, they just pulled. Yeah, I don't want this long.
Here goes
someone
BBAI.
just pulled it. Someone just pulled the offer at 199.
All right, so we're long right now on Big Bear AI. Let's just see what winds up happening. I mean, finally the break comes in for us. I mean, it could break back against us, of course. 750. I'm trying to find out, like, once you're into something, you want to try to make sure, like, where your out is. It's not really blasting off of here. We got 776. It broke 75. We marketed in, and it didn't move at all. So, not super happy with that. Let's put our stop in now. Let's see if we can get. I mean, it's only 25 cents. Let's see if we can get 25 cents back there one way or the other. As that kind of sucks that we're not really moving too much here on Big Bear AI. But, we could get going. And if we do, I mean, some stop areas there. 790, I think, would be a decent area. What's that little wick bottom? That's 80. Okay, maybe we'll put out like 10% at 85 if we're lucky enough to get something like that. And then we'll wait for a little bit higher after that and see if we can get in and around that 790 area. And then we'll just sort of hit it from there. I mean, again, another trade that we take from the sticky note. It's Big Bear AI. It's a long, and we're going to see if it wants to go. So that's what we're trying right now. We almost have, again, a dollar club on NVIDIA. Again, another posted trade for us. I mean, we posted bull at 1650. It's at 1720. We're long at 1650. We posted NVIDIA at 168. We're long at 168.25 as that's trying to go back up to the upside. I'll take out another little bit here on WEBL because it's not breaking through 1720 at all. So Actually, that's right where that V, was that VWAP? No, that's the 200 period. So let's just punch down. We'll take out some 14s and 15s right there again. So here goes, come on, Big Bear AI. Honestly, we'll take something out here at 79 if just because it's ahead of 80, but that's not really a great trade. Actually, you know what? Where's my, cancel that. There, I'll cancel the 79. We don't want to take 79s. All right, Amazon, we wanted 26s on. Let's see where Amazon is. Okay, it's 228, but where was the low on AMZN? Not a New York stock, of course. Its low wasn't anywhere near there. The market continues to go a little bit lower. We are huge now. The futures continue to make that move lower right now. We almost got stopped out. Our stop out was just above 45. Now we pull back a little bit, so let's go back over into the TQs and just bid some out now because we do get this little move down. We'll bid some 22s, 23s. There we go. We grab that out of some WEBL, and then we'll just have to watch out for Big Bear AI. Again, it failed. Didn't go. So if you guys are playing momentum, this one failed. We can wait to see if it gets a little bit better, but for right now, we've got to let this one try to settle down and see if we can get something going on right there. We're going to be all good, man. We have one losing trade today. That, of course, is DNUT. And after that, man, TQs is huge. NVDA, obviously, talks for itself. We could wind up losing on Big Bear AI, and then Apple, for some reason, we're in on that. Apple's still my number 2 name because Weeble's pulled back a little bit, so we're still up on Apple. And then other than that, man, same old thing. As I wanted to, we're going to go over to Neil in a second, but I just wanted to quickly talk a little bit about crypto here because I know a lot of you are interested in many of these meme names, of course. So we'll just look in here quickly. There's Bitcoin right now finally breaking through that 118 level. So now 117.99.99. It's on sale. You know when you see a price tag, it's like, you know, it's $17.99 just to fool you. Because you don't think that's $18, do you? No, you think it's $17. So right there. So 117,000 now for Bitcoin, of course. And then Ethereum with a nice move as well, up just 14%. Wow, over the last 7 days, great move there. Binance Coin, a name that I'm not invested in, so we never really talk about it, but BNB making a move as well. Solana, nice to see that. Although I like that better above 200 like it was for a minute there. Dogecoin, 24, that's nice. Cardano was over $1 at one point as well. That's wrapped back in as well. So some nice moves, and then of course we all love it. Shout out to my XRP army. Hey man, I was live on the show buying this thing at 220, and so that's really good. We're really happy that we have done that one. And then finally, as we leave Big Bear AI alone a little bit, it's trying to get back upside right now. So there it goes, man. Again, let's just say awesome so far for BBAI. We'll take out a little bit here at 81s. We are waiting for 84s, but there it goes, man. We're just sort of stacking it up now at this point, whether or not it's meme stocks, futures, big cap, small cap. We've got it all here for you at Trader TV Live. I hope you're enjoying the program, and I hope I'm doing Obi some respect here filling in for him.
Yeah, great job for sure. And look, I saw a lot of people, look, there's no news on Wolf. And I know a couple of people said that they sold. I know I said it really, really fast, but as it was going into 2, when you heard me say, oh, I'm not going long, and I actually paid for shorts, but just not fast enough, there was a buyer for several 100,000 shares on this candle to the upside as it was trying to break 2. As it made the break, that order, I didn't see it get filled. It looked to me like they just pulled. Either way, it was gone from 99 and it failed the $2 level. But I didn't pay for locates. By the time I'd paid for locates, it was already 10% to the downside. But as far as the meme stocks go, they've been doing this. It's been dip and rip, rip and then dip the other way around. Dip first was on open. This is starting to come back in. This for 3 days in a row, and I don't know if it'll do it for a 4th day. Open has been a really great trade off of the open. Whatever, there's no other way I'm going to say this. But it did finally break back to 250. It looks like it's resuming its downward trend. So I'm going to jump in. It's breaking down through a flat bottom at 35, but the problem with that is you need an uptick to get the fill anyways. So I'm just going to sit here and hope that there's an up. There you go. And when I say this, it's down 19% today, which means the uptick rule is in effect. Down over 10%. That means if you want to hit the bid to go short on this stock, the last print needs to be 2 set upside. So just a resumption trade back into the low of the day. I simply was looking at the 250 level to $2. It only went 10%. Yesterday, you got a heck of a lot more taking the same position off of the open. It went all the way down. It went from 380 to straight to 280 on the open push. But I would suspect that volatility is going to decrease over time on this kind of a name. But all the meme stocks are going to be like this. They only go for a little bit. Take your profit and run on all of these. That's why I want to scalp into the low of the day, and then we'll work on to the next trade after that. AMD still looking relatively weak, unfortunately. And Pranet in the chat saying anyone in Lockheed? I don't know. I hope not, man. I know it's up 2 points, but couldn't you just be in Northrop? They both report. You have two names in the defense sector that report yesterday. One of them gets destroyed, and the other one goes up. I don't even have a Northrop Grumman chart up, but I know which one I prefer just on that reaction alone. The good news for LMT is it's trying to regain this monster 420 level on the daily chart. Still in a downward trend. I mean, look, the chart speaks for itself here. It might be a good value, but at the same time, you can probably pick up a better name in the space. And on top of that, let it settle down. One up day after a move like this, I don't know if that would make me super confident here in Lockheed. As I said, Northrop much better on their report.
And if you guys are looking to chart any of said names, please use eSignal. Scan that QR code right there on your screen right now. Trade smarter, not harder with eSignal. Again, the big thing about eSignal, for me anyways, are the screeners, right? I mean, all those scanners giving you sort of trades that have been popping off. I'll show them to you right after this, but make sure you do scan. You get your first month free if you are interested in joining the charts that Neil and I use and all that kind of love. Join us right now with eSignal. We want to thank them for, again, sponsoring this segment of the show. So thank you to eSignal for that. And I mean, it's just like right here. Here's the trade rate that I was just talking about. I've just sort of, you can see I've been sort of scanning around with it. There it is. So you guys brought to our attention. Wolf is right on here, one of the #1 names as well. This is trade rate. So these are stocks that are sort of going hard right now. Wolf, Tesla, Open Door, NVIDIA,
Look at this thing.
LBRT, yeah, exactly. So we just talked about that. Neil has that up as well, but here's LBRT up 13.25, now trying to go 17%, so that's on there. PLTR down to 148 again, okay. Obviously Donut, Wolf, and so on and so forth trying to go. So this is a good one, LBRT trying to go. So yeah, this is what we're talking about. Big Bear AI 771 dancing around as well. So yeah, that's eSignal. Make sure you do scan that QR code, get involved. Again, like as we mentioned, with eSignal, and join us today on all of that. Big Bear AI does go back down through 770. Not much happening though for me on that side. We are not really taking anything out. I did change though. We're going to get out if it breaks 760. I'm not going to get it all the way down to 750. We talked about it getting played back into VWAP. So let's just respect the VWAP level right now. And if it does hit out for us, great. If not, great as well. We'll get out at 760 if it does break down below that. Obviously, it's not great if we get stopped out, but that's part of the game there. So we get some out at 80. We got out about 15%. That's it. So this is a losing trade right here for Big Bear AI. Let's wait to see if it goes. And I heard Neil mention, like, you know, when memes start to go, you know, you want to get out. So let's not be too patient with it. If it does break down below VWAP, then we do want to get out of that stock again. And I mean, just some of the other notes there. We did have the Nikkei yesterday climbed over 3%. So when you're looking at stocks in Japan, and again, on that deal, we still wait. You know, we've got Brendan's at the desk. We've got news in our ear as well. So if there's anything blasting off, although my Benzinga just disconnected, so I don't know what's going on there, but we're waiting. So 4.5% there for EWJ. We did see the Nikkei jump 3%, so more movement this morning in Japan. So if you guys are over there, look out for some love in the Japanese market. That could be going. India as well jumped 540 points, which was a nice move there for the Indian stock market, as that's been super hot. But yeah, we'll just wait around, man. I mean, honestly, this WEBL trade, we're in and out of that one as we get going. We maybe can look at some SoFi or something like that, but no better of a time than, as we just talked about, some financials with WEBL, Robinhood, and SoFi. Let's go over to Brendan at the desk and figure out what sectors maybe we need to be watching. Sector watch.
Hey guys, yeah, mixed board to deal with as far as the S&P 500 is concerned. Was just reading a note on this one, actually. It didn't really move on this, but CVGW, just a heads up, thinly traded, but short note out on that. JCap Capital short on CVGW. That's how the overall market's shaping up right now. It's worth noting industrials faring much better than the rest. Boeing to the upside this morning to the tune of about 0.8% right now. Remember, part of that Japan deal is going to see Japan buying a whole bunch of Boeing planes going forward. So they're benefiting from that news this morning. GEV as well standing out 12% to the upside as well as GE. There's Google coming up tonight. 0.6 to the downside. Tesla downside ever so slightly as well. NVIDIA standing out here. If you remember, if you were with us in the pre-market, we were talking a little bit about TXN and that forecast that came up on the wrong side of things, maybe hitting some of the semiconductors. Broadcom is negative. Some of the others, there's TXN 11% to the downside. Some of the others, though, QCOM, AMD, NVIDIA, all higher. Banks higher across the board. XLF looking pretty good so far today. Healthcare stocks as well standing out to the upside once again, 1.2%. Eli Lilly leads that, along with Merck, 1.6%. Everything else there or thereabouts. There's Tesla, 0.2 right now. It was red to start, guys.
Yeah, red to start, and now just barely green is Tesla there. And I'm telling you, like this market is looking a little bit weak. Some of the meme names that have been going crazy are continuing to head a bit to the downside. I just took, only because open's bouncing off the low another time here. I always say this, if it doesn't break the low, there's only one place it can go, which is obvious. If it holds the low of the day and does not break in the middle of the day here, as we're getting into almost 11 o'clock, then you can expect a bit of an upward move. So it's got to be a scalp trade. I'm getting out of this if it breaks 35 and then waiting for the volume weighted average price. I only wanted to break down at 250 and then it showed like a flat bottom here at 235. If that cannot hold this trend into the downside, then it is what it is. I'm trying to keep it very, very clean here. It never went against us the first time. If it goes against us this time, I'm just jumping at above that 35. And you mentioned SoFi, and we were talking about some of the fintech names. I like V-shaped recoveries. And SoFi is putting in a pretty good one. And look at that daily chart. That's a very pretty candle yesterday. And this is what it looks like, that dip and V-shape and then dip and then V-shape. SoFi 2140 is the pre-market high here. That's a breakout trade for me. Like I'm always bullish on that kind of a reversal on the daily. So your bias goes in long. Obviously in the open it was kind of nasty there, but stair step to the upside. If you can take out 21.4, I think that looks very good for SoFi. So I'm going to take a shot at that break. It has to happen. It was like 2 days ago. I remember I sat there the entire day waiting for a breakout on Rigetti that never came. And then eventually, I remember I was like literally dip buying the low of the day and I had to cancel that order. So just because I want the break at 21.40 doesn't mean it's going to break that price. But I am going to get my order out just in case.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think sitting there is important. Like that's why how we got to WEBL and how we got some of these trades, including NVIDIA and whatnot as well. So interesting there to talk about some of the banks. This has been a great situation for banks. I mean, especially as we look over and try to figure out like where they want to go from here. JP Morgan is up near its highs as well as we worry about the rate environment, right? I mean, that's I think what's on everybody's mind right now. Banks up more than everything else right now. Today up 0.684. JP Morgan, when the ES, as we just talked about, up 0.21. So not much happening, but really trying to hold some of those highs. We're now through bank earnings, and yeah, it's been well received for sure. JP Morgan trying to make those moves through 295. This sort of a calm area here, especially if these tariffs get settled, maybe the projections here, no recession, things like that, and then no longer that scare in the market. JP Morgan has had a nice move back down, and then all the beats, right? I mean, Bank of America beat expectations. I'm just reading this right here. Goldman Sachs beat, JP Morgan beat. So all of these companies came out and beat and guided better than expected. So some nice moves happening right there. The financial sector ETF, which is XLF, is up year to date around 9%, which is a little bit less than the market, but still nicely holding there as you get some exposure in different areas. I mean, not everyone, we can't just all be long tech names. And when we are, I mean, it's been a good run for it, but you do want to diversify a little bit. So that's XLF with a nice move, and XLF even themselves looking to get going as well. Remember, man, if the Fed does cut the rate, that should be good for them, but stronger bond yields also. I mean, these are the smart, the banks are supposed to be the smartest guys around. So they'll be able to manage their books against any of these rates. And I mean, again, if we don't have Powell making any cuts anytime soon, then yeah, I mean, that's par for the course. We'll wait to see if we do get that September cut. But for right now, XLF and JP Morgan and the rest of them doing quite fine. We do wait tonight for Tesla report. This is kind of what we expected from Tesla today, and this is why I didn't really want to look at it. Tesla right now is basically where it was at the open. I mean, let's give or take $2 upside. We did have that move down. We were waiting for a little lower than that. Only moved down about $2, $3. Then it made that move to the high side there of about $5. And now we just kind of hover now in and around that 330 to 333. So, you know, bouncing around there on Tesla, waiting to hear what that next shoe to drop is. And I said that to Randy, and I was like, I don't know, aren't we expecting good things from Tesla? Because all the negative reports are sort of already out
happened.
there. So we'll see, you know, if Tesla can come out and surprise a little bit there with better robo-taxi talk. That's sort of what I'm thinking coming up for Tesla. And then that would, of course, affect a name like Uber. So we can wait to see if Uber's doing anything on a day like today. This could be a very, very interesting side note. So wait out for today to see if Uber and everybody else has a reaction potentially to the Tesla print. So that could be something that I look for there tonight on Uber. So watch out to see if there is a play on that one. And then, yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Hamster? You want to talk about Wendy's? Sure, man. Who's got those chicken tendies right now? I believe it's WEN.
How about that Frosty, baby?
Yeah, man,
How
those
about that
99-cent
Frosty,
Frosties right now here in Canada.
that.
But there's a nice move up. I didn't see too many Wendy's in the United States. We had Chick-fil-A. The family loved the Chick-fil-A, of course. We have Chick-fil-A here now in the GTA, so it's not that special for us, but they like that. We had Shake Shack. I told you crumble cookie there, something like that. Nothing else too iconic. We had the lobster rolls. We had
I mean, that's what when you're on the
chowder.
coast.
Oh, we had Popeyes, but we had Popeyes because when we're
seafood.
driving, it's 9 hours, so we stopped halfway each time.
It's a legit.
And whatever was there, we wound up getting. Something called Nan's Kitchen was amazing.
Nan's Kitchen?
There, yeah, they everything. I had like a nice little bowl, some flank steak on a bowl with farro and all this stuff. It was absolutely fantastic.
That'll work.
Which
Reminds me of something.
We're gonna do what's for lunch coming up soon.
I was about to say, because I know Joe is would be getting anxious otherwise.
You want to do it now,
What's for
Joe?
lunch?
You want to do it now? Let's do it now then.
Joe's in a hoodie today?
Let's just do it now, man. It's cold up
This guy
in
wears
here.
a dress shirt every single day. The dude's in a hoodie.
No, he was wearing. Remember we saw that. Remember?
Well, yeah, no, he's,
Yeah,
of course. He's in all black today. But
Off the jump right there. All right.
Great.
All right. So what
Get
is
it,
for
Joe.
lunch? You know, this morning was okay. This morning you had. It says on here, what day is today? Oh, that's July 30th. Oh no, I'm on the wrong day. I gotta get the other one. I'm on
I got it
next
if you
week's. Right there. I'll get it in a minute. We have to go back soon. I just want to talk quickly about Big Bear AI, and we'll do what's for lunch in a couple seconds.
that's
But Big Bear AI, we averaged it in here at 66s, I think. So not I think we did right there. So not great. Average. We didn't take that many more shares. Average price now 74. We went from 76 down to 74. Yeah, Nan's Kitchen, it's called. It was in Massachusetts. There's a few of them going around. Absolutely great food, man. Those chicken sandwiches were hot fire, but I got the bowl. It was really, really cool there. Anyways, yeah. So far, so good, man. We've got NVIDIA, the TQs, Bull, and BBAI. Other than that, nothing else, man. Glad we got out of that. Apple, it's trying to break near day's low as well. Something's wrong with Apple, man. It's down 1% right now today, and it's not looking very strong
just that.
against a relatively strong market. Yeah.
Alphabet's at the low of the day as well, going into their earnings tonight, so they're not looking very good. Like, if you're looking for strength in the market, don't forget, G Vernova, the power name, they're up 13%. And if that kind of a stable name in the space where, you know, they were kind of a nuclear play as well, a small one and a more stable one, this is why you're getting a little bit of love. I think you're getting some pull up in here in Oklo, which is bringing up 13. Sorry. It was 13%, but 11.5% on Oklo. Seen a lot of people talking about this one in the chat. So a couple of strong power names. And look, you got resistance going in on this daily chart on Oklo, no question about it. But this is one of the strongest names out there. Oh, no breakout on SoFi. SoFi's starting to pull back. I might play a dip. I do like the long in SoFi. I'm just going to go over. This is the next trade I'm looking at. Yeah, it's consolidating. It's not really breaking out yet. So I guess I'll look for a dip into the volume weighted average price because I love that V shape. I love the look here on the daily after that bottoming tail candle for SoFi. Remember, they don't report till next week, Tuesday. I believe is it 29th?
Yes.
Is it Tuesday? Yeah. Okay, so it should be next week, Tuesday, that SoFi is going to report. I still hold on to the belief that profit taking in front of the report makes some sense because even when they beat, they seem to not care. I don't know what it is about that stock. It just always seems to sell the news, even on a good report. But that's just how it is. Until then, I'm looking for some longs today, pull back into the volume weighted average price or the breakout of the top. Either way is fine. Shout out to you, Aura Alpha. We appreciate you. And Yavuz Khan, Amazon. I haven't looked at Amazon today. Yesterday, the last couple of sessions, Amazon's been good, but a lot of that had to do with that 226 dude. Whoever was at the 226 level for the entirety of the day on the 18th, on Friday, where you just scalp short underneath the whole time. And then when it broke, the next day you go long, it dipped and it bounced off 226 yesterday. So the only price I want to transact is let it drop into 226 and then take the reversion to the long side on Amazon. That's where my head's been at for 3 days. Buy it only at that price, and it's nowhere close to it just yet. But up 0.2, so it's a little bit better than the market. I'll grant it that.
It's doing something right there. But now we can go what's for lunch. We got what's for lunch, right? Okay. It's Wednesday. It's July the 23rd. It's not super exciting. I mean, I think we've had this a lot, and it's but something pretty good. And if you've had a couple of these today, then you may appreciate what is coming through today. And if it's true. Oh, by the way, you got any tuna on the salad recently? Because
we have not had tuna.
Okay, because
since you left.
Shoot. Okay, because I did request some more of that. So obviously, request denied.
Unfortunately.
On that one. So appreciate that right there. But all right. So today though is Cajun crusted chicken. Doesn't say the kind of chicken there, probably a chicken breast. It seems like it's been more likely than not with apparently couscous and corn succotash. It does not say side of chef's salad, but obviously there would be there as well. It's a chicken dinner winner, and that is what's for lunch. So it's not like a huge lunch day or anything. Tomorrow should be exciting. I see what that already is there. So that should be okay. We'll wait to see what's going on tomorrow.
I'm excited for Friday.
We'll take out some more. Yeah, I just saw that as well.
That was really good last. We had the same thing last week. And
okay, perfect. So that'll be worth looking into on tomorrow. Thursday, tomorrow, Friday?
No.
Thursday, Friday. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay. All right. So now NVIDIA up near VWAP as we're getting ready to close out. We do have, of course, the flagship show coming on right after this. It will be Joe and Sharif taking us through the midday when there's been lots of stuff happening. So lots of different names. We've been covering many of those names here today. Rocket Lab apparently moving around as well. We can take a look at GameStop as well. That's not moving other than to the downside. The halting name that not halting, but the one sort of meme stock that had halted today was Cost, and it's not doing a whole heck of a lot right now. So, something to look out for there. KOSS might be something to watch out for, but I'm just in BBAI right now. We do have to go back over to Brendan for Money Talks. Let's go check out that dollar.
Not seeing too wide or big moves, guys, right across the board as far as foreign exchange is concerned so far this morning. This is actually the 10-year. I wanted to note on a daily chart, 10-year still green on the day. If you zoom out even further, as far as rates are concerned, go out to the 30-year, also green on the day. So hurting as far as what has happened over the past couple of days. Remember, rates downside basically all week long. Seeing a bit of a bounce back so far today, hurting equities a little bit. As far as the economic data goes this morning, not a heck of a lot to move the market. Just remember, coming up tomorrow, we'll get initial jobless claims. We'll also get some PMI data, 9:45, and then some housing data at 10 o'clock. Next week is going to be a big week, though, reading on GDP and then a reading on PCE to come midweek next week. So nothing until then as far as a look at how the overall economy is doing south of the border. Rates still the biggest question, though, guys, from the Fed. Back to you.
Yeah, rates still a big question. That market does care. We're going to have a 20-year coming up, and that's at 1 p.m. That's not necessarily the biggest in terms of auctions. I just got back finally. We're looking a little bit more bullish on AMD above the 157. So every single time I've gotten in, it's been essentially right above that price in the 20s or 30s. And we just had, there's your bottoming tail on I still have a 1-minute chart up, which is fine. Doesn't matter, but this is a 3-minute chart. It'll look a little bit more. There's a bottoming tail candle into the volume weighted average price, and then a break of the next bar, which I go long into on advanced micro devices. So essentially the same long. It's gone 2 for, well, I shouldn't say anything. I'm 1 for 2 on it, but up because the breakout gave right through 158. So we'll see if we can get back into that 158 level. The market seems to want the volume weighted average price. It does look like Open Door was a short for the entirety of the day, because it just broke the low again. If you're wondering where the bottom might be on the stock, and I emphasize might, this was a 50-cent stock in June. So it could reverse the entirety, or you could look at some big levels, like 180 area was gigantic for this thing in both directions. So if it breaks $2, I think maybe you look for a bid at the 180 area. At least that's where I'd be anticipating a bid. If there's a massive break at 2 even, I probably try to get 99s. The reality is, I'm thinking when 2 breaks, because it's short sell restricted, you're not going to get filled. That said, I'm going to throw the order anyways and just see if we get picked up. And if I get picked up, great. If I don't get the fill because it's short sell, because the uptick rule is in effect, then so be it. But this is just trending to the downside, and I really just want to play in this one direction as it breaks the low of the day. You wouldn't have gotten filled just now on that this low of the day break either. You couldn't grab that 225. I'll try the 2 even, but you didn't get the 225 either. We'll see if we can't get another lower high to play the short. That's what we did here. If I get another shot, I'm only going short this stock until it gets to at least about $1.80.
So it's going to be a good day today because we are now in a dollar club right now for our trade of the day. It's NVIDIA long at 168. So there's the NVIDIA long at 168. We sat there and took it at 168.25, and there it is right now, 169.31. So we'll take out another piece up there as we continue to climb a little bit higher right now on NVDA. We're going to go over to the other show in just a couple minutes, but it looks like we will have to suffer with Big Bear AI. It doesn't look like it wants to go, man. If we break through VWAP, we've already talked about getting some out right there. I mean, I'd rather it go upside, but I can't control what it wants to do. So we'll have to wait here. I feel like we got a decent price now, especially because we are at VWAP. But the meme names, you don't really want to suffer through this. It's like, if it leaves it, it leaves it. And I don't really need it to come back in. It's really been testing the 200 period moving average right there. So watch out for Big Bear AI and that little level. I mean, that's a much better long, but we're going to wait to see if it plays off of VWAP. I mean, we've got to make a move, and we're in it right now. So that's that. Yeah, for NVIDIA, man, I mean, we have about 7 or 8% left of this trade. So these are my outs. We were able to get a lot out right there initially at 80s. Like within the first 5 minutes, when we're able to take, and again, when you're trading a little bit bigger and you get this kind of a move immediately, it is good to take it because you could always be wrong. And it does come back in right there. So we pretty much were wrong and then we were right. So taking out, we're almost out of 50% off that move initially, but that was a really good play, right? To get out there, I feel like I would do that 10 times out of 10 at the 200. Then it came right back. We got it out again, then view up, and then we hold just a little bit for that higher play. So let's see if that will help us out a little bit there for NVIDIA going through it. The top, and again, the big stories today, Texas Instruments down that 12% and more maybe into the close. We had Enphase off earnings as well, ENPH. That had to move down, and wow, that one continues to go lower. That should have been a big trade for me, and we didn't take it. And it's just lazy because we weren't looking at it, but we talked about that right there into that short near the end of the day. So Enphase could have been something special, but it wasn't. And that's about it for me, man. XYZ making a pullback as well today. That's Block as they approached a nice level from the day before on that S&P 500 inclusion as that. Looking pretty good there to the upside, XYZ. And then, unfortunately, and we're going to get it right now, I know Joe and Sharif will be talking about crypto, Bitcoin not really having an exciting day, to be honest with you.
Every time you look up, 118.
Yeah, 118. So there it is right down there, 118 and change, with iBit sort of saying hold my beer a little bit today as well by not doing much. But now, maybe now, we get that breakout just a little bit. It looks like Big Bear does hold for now. We'll wait to see if we get higher. We're long at 74s. We still want this 80 level at least. So that's what we're waiting for there with Big Bear AI. So yeah, that's about it, man. NVIDIA now. Wow, NVIDIA's going. I know you're long. Okay, good. We're both long these chip names right now. NVIDIA now $1.40 in the money and getting higher right now. So even that 5 to 7% that we have left is still working out for us. And then obviously Bull as well. We only have, again, we have 10% left pretty much of both of these names with BBAI full boat left on that. So
it is 11.
Yeah, let's go.
I know we see we'll be flipping over, but hey, we got a super chat from Alex. I want to make sure we get to it. I'm going to show the chart. It is American Battery Technology. That's all you have for us. Just the name. So I can bring it up for you, and we'll end off with this. Bouncing off the volume weighted average price. We always like that when you're getting that kind of a technical move. I will point out it just doubled, like just now, you're doubling up from this recent move in the middle of the month. So this recent buy, it's been multiple days in a row. That's a double up. Technically, I would suspect some people are going to be taking a little bit of profit at these levels. That's why you're chopping around this 320 level. But congratulations, anyone that caught this. Anytime a stock hits that double up after 5 or 6 days in a row, I tend to think there's going to be profit taking because that's what people do in small caps. They like to roll with, they just roll with house's money when they take some profit off there. Hopefully you're doing that as the market's coming back to the upside. We'll be back at 2, but for now, let's go to the professor and Joey Chills. It is cold in here.
Everybody's got names for this guy.
It's Joey Shivers, Neil. What is up? Greetings and salutations, beautiful people. Welcome to the midday show. I'm not going to do it, Joey. I'm not going to